Phone. I don't have any headphone either.
How about that?
Yep. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome into P.O. Faulkner Park. It is the home of Hornby Hornets baseball, and we are back on this Thursday evening for a matchup against Romney. The two teams getting ready to meet with a scheduled first pitch coming right around 6:35 to 6:40 on what is a warm Thursday summer evening. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. We've got John Alderton running our TV10 camera. Donald Kinney is our studio engineer and producer. Well, Matt, last time we were here was Tuesday night, and it was a good one for the Hornby Hornets, although it didn't look that way in that top of the fifth inning.
It didn't, and then all of a sudden the bats come alive, and it was a very productive last couple of innings for the Hornby Hornets. It was a 6-run bottom of the fifth, and they added 5 insurance runs in the bottom of the sixth inning to go on for that 12-5 win, and that bottom of the fifth was really sparked by that grand slam by Mason Lance that went over the left field wall and cleared it with ease.
Well, they added those 5 additional runs in the sixth inning to go on for the 12-5 victory, and for the Hornets, after a season-opening loss that we called right here, an 8-inning 8-3 setback against Antietam, Maryland. They have reeled off 3 wins in their last 4 games, as the Hornets will come in at 3-2 on the season. Meanwhile, Romney got a chance to play their first game just last night. It was on the road at Winchester. Plenty of offense for this Romney team as they put 13 on the board, but had some trouble fielding the baseball, committing 8 errors and fell by a 14-13 final.
Which usually early on in a season is not something that you're having to worry about, because usually at that point in the season, it's when you've only played one game, the bats are the last thing to come around and fielding. Well, you've been taking ground balls since you were a wee lad playing baseball, so usually that's not one of the things that you have to get back in a rhythm of, but I guess for each team it's just a little bit different. It took a little while for this Hornets team to get the bats going this year, coming into Tuesday's game, only averaging, about 3.5 runs a game. That 12-run outing is going to up that average just a little bit, but they even had their moments in the field, and it really wasn't the challenging plays. It was the ones that were pretty routine, and I guess sometimes it's the routine ones that you either overthink or just kind of take casually, and that was what we saw, is a lot of tosses within about 10 feet that were the errors in that game, and a couple of walks late in that game. But overall, I think that Coach Tobin would say that was probably the best game they had played start to finish all year.
Well, and those errors were costly, part of that 4-run top of the fifth inning for Blue Ridge, but it was an error that helped the Hornby Hornets to get that 6-run bottom of the fifth inning started. We'll see how this one plays out today as the Hornets and Romney get ready to tangle. Romney has wrapped up their 10 minutes of infield warm-up, and the Hornby Hornets are out there working on their warm-ups as we speak. Before we take a break, Matt, we get back to that aspect of fielding, and you commented about usually, you might see the pitching and fielding a little ahead of the offense. Well, the challenge for this Romney team is they are a fieldless team. They're playing every game right now on the road. They've already had 4 games canceled, as we talked with their head coach or manager, Josh Crawford, and he said so far the practices have basically been in a hayfield in the Romney area. I did hear earlier from some of the Romney spectators that have come down that they've managed to get onto one of the Little League complex fields at one point in time, but they've just been doing anything they can to find a place to play.
And that's the story of this summer, isn't it? I mean, even for this Hornets team, P.O. Faulkner is the only field that they could use for games. Musselman and the southern end of the county was an option for practices, but that was only a handful, and I'm not even sure how much practicing they're doing down there with the schedule that Coach Tobin was able to put together for July. So it's a struggle finding a field. It's a struggle just to find games. So I'm sure that while it hasn't been ideal practicing in a hayfield or those Little League fields, I'm sure it's nice for these kids just to be able to get back onto a baseball field.
Well, and that is it. When we were down there talking with the head coach, Coach Crawford, Trip Tobin had come over and joined in that conversation, and really the words out of both of their mouths were, we're just glad to be playing. These young men just wanted an opportunity to be on the field, and they have that opportunity here tonight. Well, the Hornby Hornets headed off the field. They have wrapped up their in infield warm-up, which means we should be able to take a look at today's starting lineups as we get ready for this one. Matt, what do you got?
Start with Romney in the leadoff spot. It's Trey Bryson playing second base. None of these guys have numbers, by the way. Blue T-shirts are the uniform of choice. Number two in the lineup is shortstop Tristan Everett. The pitcher, Brady Whitaker, is going to bat in that 3 spot. The cleanup hitter is Morgan Little. He will play third base. First baseman hitting fifth is Matt Kearns. Catching and hitting sixth is Eli Hott. In left field, hitting seventh is Corey Ashby. In right field, hitting eighth is Colin Sulcer. And batting ninth, rounding out the batting order, playing center field, is Ryan Shoemaker for Romney.
And just 2 subs for Romney, 11 players able to make the trip and be a part of this.
Yeah, it'll be Evan Moreland and Connor McDonald as the 2 alternates tonight. For the Hornby Hornets leading off, similar to Tuesday, it is Trey Sign who will play center field wearing number 17. In the number 2 spot in the order, DHing tonight is Ben Bartles. In the number 3 spot, power hitter Mason Lance playing first base. Behind him in that true power spot, the number 4, the cleanup hitter is catcher Brady Weaver. Cullen Horwitz, the Bear, is batting fifth playing third base. Left fielder Tyler Gilpin will hit sixth. Shortstop Jack Reisenweber with the team tonight. He was with the opponent on Tuesday. He will play a shortstop and hit seventh. Second baseman Ryan Barger will hit eighth. And rounding out the batting order is right fielder Chase Anderson batting ninth.
And when you look at the reserves for the Hornby Hornets, already counted them up. 11 guys that are available off of the bench. And so the depth advantage certainly going to the Hornets this evening.
Yeah, I think that that's one of the things that I'm sure that Coach Tobin's glad to see, because summer's one of those seasons that you're just happy to get guys out when you can get 9. You can have 11 guys on that right side of the lineup car. That's never a bad thing in summer league baseball.
Well, and we will see some different guys on the mound as both of these managers are looking to work their pitching staffs, as we're still honestly early in the summer, if you will, as a result of the late start due to COVID-19. Well, as we pause here for the national anthem, we will send it back to the studio. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. Hang on first. They're going to go through the starting lineup. So at this moment, we'll go ahead and keep it here as we continue to look at this matchup. We'll take our break in just a moment. When you look up and down this lineup, look for Romney, and you're talking about 4 players that are on their roster who have some college experience. You're looking at Cullen Sulcer from Shenandoah University, Eli Hott with Garrett Community College, Tristan Everett, Frostburg State, Evan Moreland not in the starting lineup but waiting in the wings from Potomac State. So some good experience for both of these teams.
Yeah, and if you're looking at the lineup or listening to us giving that lineup, and you're a local high school baseball fan, you're going, man, a lot of these names sound familiar. Tristan Everett, Matt Kearns, Eli Hott, I believe Ryan Shoemaker. A lot of these guys were Hampshire Trojans in their high school days, and back to the regional game just a few years back, that series where they gave Jefferson everything they could handle. Yeah. And so that a lot of familiar names on this Romney team if you're a fan of local high school baseball.
Well, and some familiar names, obviously, from around these parts on the Hornby Hornets team, as many of the area schools very well represented. The Hornets in the dark blue jersey tops, red lettering, white trim. Hornets across those jerseys, they'll wear the white baseball pants. They'll line up along the third base line coming out of that third base dugout. You've got Romney lining up along that first base side. They're wearing the white baseball pants with the lighter blue jersey tops and the blue hats with the green bill and the white R in the middle for Romney. The hat for the Hornets, I like it. The red bill, the dark blue cap, and then the red and white Hornet, the logo in the middle of that hat.
The nice thing about this summer is things have been simplified. Nothing fancy about the uniforms, nothing fancy about practicing, playing any. It is, hey, let's get on the field and play. Nothing's got to be flashy. We're just out here trying to get on base 90 feet at a time.
Well, and certainly something that it has been good to be able to do this summer. The question is what will come this fall, and if you've missed it already, we're starting to get even more news in those regards. The CIAA, which is a Division II conference with teams in Maryland, in Virginia, and in the Carolinas, saying that they will not be conducting fall sports. And the Big Ten, one of the first, if not the first, Power 5 type conference to say they will play conference only in fall sports. More on that throughout our game broadcast tonight. Right now, a 2-minute timeout, and then we're back with Hornby Hornets baseball.
It's Miller time on Talk Radio WRNR. A local look at local, regional, and national sports with Matt Miller and Matt Crawford.
And plenty that we can talk about coming out of the weekend, including the return of golf. Hold on. Oh, wait.
No, there was no golf claps.
There will be no golf claps.
None whatsoever.
Weekdays at 12 noon and 5 p.m. on TV 10. Law Enforcement Live airs daily only on TV 10.
I was asking if you got anything else to stab me. If you get hold your head.
That's not what the media makes it to be. We're here to help.
Bunch of pills she's got.
I like what I do.
The following scene contains graphic content some viewers may find upsetting.
Stand back. It's sad.
New episodes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Want to do it? Go through it. You're gonna like it.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Welcome back to Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, coverage of Hornby Hornets baseball in this COVID-19 summer of 2020. It is James Walsh on the hill beginning his warm-up tosses. Game number 6 in the early going for the Hornets, coming in at 3-2. Second game on the season for Romney. They are off to an 0-1 start. High-scoring affair last night at Winchester, but came up 1 run short. 14-13 was the final. Anxious to see how this one plays out after the Hornets had their best offensive outing of the season on Tuesday night in a win against the Blue Ridge Generals. Matt, coming into that game through 4 games, the Hornets had put 15 runs on the board. They almost reached that, putting 12 on the board on Tuesday night.
And you expected that. Again, this is not a team that you thought was going to struggle hitting the baseball all summer long. This is not only a very strong lineup top to bottom, just getting on base, but it's a power lineup. You look at Mason Lance, Brady Weaver, Cullen Horowitz. Then there's a couple of other guys that you know can hit the baseball all over the ballpark and out of the ballpark when the time calls for it. So you knew it was bound to happen. It's again, bat's usually one of those things that you need to get into a little bit more of a rhythm, and we'll see if that 12-run outing on Tuesday sparks, or whether it was just a little glimmer of what we hope to see later on in the season.
Well, hopefully it is a spark. The Hornets put 6 on the board in the 5th inning, added 5 more in the 6th inning, as they actually rallied from a 5-1 deficit in order to get that victory. Trying to keep the winning ways going here this evening, heading into a busy weekend after a day off tomorrow, and they'll need the rest. The Hornets will head to Wakefield High School to take on Arlington. That will be at 5 p.m. on Saturday for a full 9-inning game, and then on Sunday at Morgantown with a 1 p.m. doubleheader. They'll then return here to P.O. Faulkner Park next Tuesday for a rematch against the Blue Ridge Generals, and we'll be here next Tuesday to bring you that action.
It's going to be a fun travel weekend, Arlington to Morgantown.
It's opposite directions, I believe. Trey Bryson stands in, James Walsh on the hill. First pitch of the ball game, and it's a fastball that misses high. That is ball 1, and our first pitch coming at 6:37.
The first game against Antietam, we saw James Walsh throw an inning, and it was a 1-2-3 inning for him. No walks, no strikeouts. Got 3 flyouts in that 1 inning of work. That was the 5th in that game, but a productive inning.
Comes back with a fastball down the middle. Bryson takes, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Walsh in that first game was the only pitcher, and there were a lot used that went 1, 2, 3 for this Hornets team.
Yeah, that first game for the Hornets was a new pitcher every inning, just getting some guys some time on the mound. 1-1 delivery down low, bounces away from Brady Weaver. Now 2 balls and 1 strike to Trey Bryson.
Size that bounce, I believe that may have nicked the front of the plate. That went about 8 feet over our press box, so imagine that may have nicked the front of the plate. Weaver rubbing his forearm a little bit. I think it may have nicked him on the way out as well.
Now that 2-1 delivery. The right-hander to the plate, and it's bounced foul off that first base side. Got that one in on the hands of Bryson. He fought it off, and the count goes to 2-2. We talked with head coach John Lowry, Sr. of the Jefferson Cougars back in the spring as sports were being canceled, and got a chance to actually talk with James Walsh on our Miller Time program as a senior who missed out on that final opportunity to play for the Cougars. Comes back with a breaking pitch that misses outside. Now the count full 3-2. And I tell you, Coach Lowry Sr. had nothing but praise for this young man and the hard work he's put in. The payoff pitch is due. That 3-2 delivery. And that one well up and in, goes all the way through to the backstop as Bryson ducked down just a little bit. Nowhere near him, nowhere near the strike zone. That is ball 4. Now, we've seen a couple of times Walsh kind of rubbing the palm of his hand down his pants. And there is a lot of humidity in the air, and he apparently is not getting a good grip on that baseball. I didn't notice there we go, a rosin bag on the back slope of the mound, and I now see John Lowry Jr. in that third base dugout for the Hornets, reaching into one of the buckets and grabbing that rosin bag. Tristan Everett will stand in with a runner at first base. Mason Lance will hold him on there. First pitch of the at-bat lifted in the air. Foul territory down that right field side. Could be a play. No, it will drop in. Second baseman Barger and the right fielder Anderson trying to get to it. Mason Lance holding the runner on at first, had no opportunity to get there. It drops into foul territory for strike 1. Thankfully not a bright sunshine right now. But at this time of the day, the sun sets off the third base side and makes for a tough field for the first baseman especially, holding on a runner, but for the second baseman and right fielder as well.
And you see Mason Lance over at first, that hat bill pulled down below his eyebrows. He's trying to block as much of that sun as possible.
The 0-1 to Everett, runner with his lead at first. Walsh takes his time and delivers just slow and outside. Counted 1 ball, 1 strike. Our plate umpire, Travis Havermail, on the bases. It's Buck Hoffmaster. 2-man crew working this Summer League game. No score. We're in the top of the first. Nobody out. A runner on at first. Everett awaiting that 1-1 pitch. Walsh to the plate. Put that fastball right down the middle, but apparently a bit low. Count moves to 2 balls and a strike.
I have to scratch that strike out of my score sheet. I already put that one down.
Yeah, that one looked pretty good.
Not sure where that one missed. If it didn't miss by much, apparently.
Walsh getting that sign from Weaver. And now the 2-1 pitch. Weaver setting up along that outside edge, it looks like. Here comes that pitch, and the fastball. That went in there for a strike. So it looks like Havermail going to give a little more of the high strike zone as opposed to a low strike zone after those last 2 pitches.
I would have flipped those calls. But again, that's why we're up here, not down there.
All we can do is describe what we see.
Yep.
The 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. The runner with his lead at first. Here it comes, and that one in on his hands, and it hit him. That one continued to work inside to the right-hand batter. Everett started to swing, then held back and ends up taking that one. Couldn't tell exactly where it hit, probably on that front forearm it looked like. Hit by a pitch, he'll take first base, and it's not the start that James Walsh was looking for, as he has put the first 2 on base with a walk and now a hit by pitch.
Brady Weaver, the catcher for the Hornets, walked out and didn't walk all the way to the mound, just a quick tap on the hip and going, hey, buddy, settle down. You'll get there. You know what you're doing.
Now it brings up Brady Whitaker. He will be today's starting pitcher, and the original lineup was to be the starting catcher. First pitch, a fastball. That is in there for a strike. So he'll still be throwing from the plate to the mound or the mound to the plate. Same distance.
The battery stays the same.
Just a little harder, I would imagine, though.
I don't know. Some of those catchers get a little ticked off and will fire it back pretty darn quick.
Yeah, Eli Hott was scheduled to be the starter, but he will start this one behind the plate with Whitaker pitching. We'll see if there's a change during the game if Hott ends up on the mound. 0-1 pitch missing up and in. Counted a ball and a strike now to Brady Whitaker, up with 2 on and nobody out. Top half of inning number 1. Shortstop ducking over near the runner at second as the pitch to the plate. Just off the outside corner, and it's 2-1.
Our plate umpire likes to pop up as if it's going to be a strike call and then waiting for that right arm to go out, and it just never does.
So Walsh down in the count. Delivers that 2-1, and that one misses inside, and it's gone to 3 balls and 1 strike.
I'm starting to figure out where that strike zone is going to be tonight, and it's going to be basically that plate, not much extended.
Let's see if Whitaker gets that green light or not. Now that 3-1 pitch, and he does get the green light and pops it up on the infield. Reisenweber, the shortstop, moving over, and it's Horowitz, the third baseman, who reaches up and makes the play. It looked like Reisenweber was calling for it, but Horowitz is taller, and he took charge and made the catch.
And it didn't seem like either one was willing to give up any ground. Usually, if the shortstop calls it off, that is his play to make. Generally is the leader of that infield when on pop fly to the left side. But again, Horowitz, that little extra size boost, thought he had a better play on it or just didn't want to let it fall. Didn't want a bad news Bears moment there on the left side of the infield. 1 down.
Still runners at first and second for Morgan Little, third baseman, batting in the cleanup spot. Left-hand batter who asks for time before James Walsh can deliver that first pitch. Little will gather himself and then dig back in. Stands pretty tall in that left-hand box. Walsh on the mound has the sign from Weaver and is ready to go to work. Lance playing behind the runner at first with runners at first and second. And the first pitch of the at-bat down low, ball 1.
With the lefty up, Horowitz playing well off of third base. And that first pitch, not sure whether he was waiting to see if a possible bunt was coming around, but he was playing in the grass. Now we'll back up, still playing well off the third base line with it being a lefty. That infield kind of shifting to its right, not drastically, but just enough that it's noticeable.
1-0 fastball, high and away, 2 balls and no strikes. And Walsh has really labored to find the strike zone consistently in this first inning. Went to a full count on Bryson, had 3 balls, including the last one that hit Tristan Everett. Had a 3-ball count against Whitaker, and now has fallen behind 2-0 here. Here's a swinging ground ball on the right side of the infield, a diving stop by Barger, the second baseman. Nobody covering at first, however, and everyone will be safe. Bryson will move to third. Everett stands at second. Little is aboard at first on the base hit. Nice job by Barger to keep it on the infield and prevent a run from scoring. But Mason Lance, the first baseman, moving to his right, not going to get back to cover at first, and Walsh a little too late for Barger to try to make a throw.
And that's such a tough play for a first base because you have that runner in front of you, too, that's kind of impeding your view just enough, and you're taking a few steps because you're not sure if that's your ball or not. It was a good job by Walsh. He did get over there, but just a little too late, but a good snag by Barger, as you said, saving a run from crossing the plate.
So now the bases are loaded with just 1 away, and Matt Kearns takes strike 1. Kearns, the first baseman, number 5 hitter, with a chance to do some early damage. No score top of the first, but Romney is threatening. Next delivery, just a bit low. That certainly had the outside part of the plate, but not getting that low strike so far in this one. So now 1-1. Corner infielders are playing in. Middle infielders are back. Here's a ground ball to the third baseman. Grabbing that one is Horowitz. He'll fire through to the plate, and they'll get the force out of Bryson to cut down the run there. The bases will remain loaded now with 2 outs in the inning.
That's a good heads-up play, not only to knock that ball down, which Horowitz did a very good job of, but to have the quickness to pop up. Knew that he was going to have time to make the throw. Knew the runner was going to be a little bit slower than what his throw was going to be. And a good job by Brady Weaver, not trying to turn 2. Wasn't necessary right there. 2 down now, ground ball, pop fly, strikeout ends the inning.
Eli Hott is the batter. Looks at a fastball for strike 1. Hott, the number 6 hitter in the order. And a chance for Walsh now to get out of this inning without any damage, despite a walk, a hit batter, and an infield single. The 0-1 pitch. Here it comes. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice play by Horowitz. He got in front of it, smothered that baseball at third, and made sure that he got the out that he needed, and that was the one at the plate. The 1-1 pitch down low and outside. Brady Weaver able to block that one in the dirt. But the count now 2-1. This becomes a big pitch in this at-bat and in this half inning. You don't want to go 3-1 in this situation with the bases loaded. Walsh working from the stretch, comes with that fastball, belt high, maybe even a little bit above the belt, right down the middle for a strike, and the count now 2-2.
Deuces are wild, and you don't want to go full because that again puts the guys in motion on the base paths with that pitch, and that's going to be an easy 2 runs if ball finds the outfield.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the 2-2 delivery, a called strike 3 on the outer part of the plate. Hott goes down looking, and what a job by James Walsh to pitch out of a jam that, well, he helped to get into with a walk and a hit by pitch. There was an infield single as well, but a pop out, a fielder's choice, and a strikeout looking will end the inning. We're through a half an inning. It is Romney nothing, and your Hornets coming to bat after this 60-second timeout.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Eastern Panhandle Talk with Rob Mario and David Welch.
Are you trying to create controversy more so than we already have?
Responding to the people.
I see. Okay.
That's what I do.
I think you're stirring it up.
I'm kind of a big deal. That's right. That would be the root cause of the stir.
You know what? I'm not paying that fine.
Just got doubled.
What? For?
Denial.
Why? Oh, denial.
How can you not have the money? You have 17 jobs.
Yeah, but none of them pay well.
Weekdays at 8 a.m. on TV 10.
We are scoreless as we go to the bottom half of inning number 1. Romney missing out on a great chance to put some early runs on the board as they had the bases loaded with just 1 out. But a fielder's choice ground ball to the third baseman and a strikeout looking allows James Walsh to get out of a tough inning. 27 pitches, only 12 of those for strikes.
Yeah, not what he or Coach Tobin or Lowry wanted at all in that first inning. But the only thing that is important at the end of the day, that's 0 in the scorebook. That's what makes baseball such a tough game. Is for Romney, they had every opportunity right there. They were in the driver's seat that inning, not only get 1, but try to get a couple across the plate, and Walsh was able to pitch out of a jam.
Well, we'll see if Walsh can settle down. Matt, you got a chance to talk with John Lowry Jr., pitching coach for the Hornby Hornets, who again said they're kind of working on a rotation, if you will, tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be a mixture of, and again, this is all depending on how the game goes. Obviously, baseball, one of those games, no sport you can truly predict as the game is going on. But it is going to be a mixture of James Walsh, Ashton Stobbs, Trevor Sharp, and then Caleb Horner, Nick Reeves are going to be in there as well as alternates. We saw Reeves a little bit in the game on Tuesday. He's still got some pitches to throw this week. And I'm sure they would not like to use him tonight with a busy weekend, but he is available tonight, so it's going to be a little bit of a rotation. And they have an idea of how they want that rotation to go. But again, it is going to be all dependent on how the game goes.
Center fielder, number 17.
Helps if you turn that microphone back up, Matt.
So far in this one, no score as the Hornets come to the plate for the first time, and center fielder Trey Sign will lead it off. In the right-hand batter's box against the righty on the mound, and Brady Whitaker delivers, and there's a swing and a cued foul off the end of the bat, and then Sign loses the bat on the follow-through of the swing.
Man, Trey about swung out of his shoes on that one, didn't he?
I don't know if he was completely fooled by that pitch.
It certainly looked like it. That wasn't his natural swing. We've seen that enough that was not his normal swing.
At least he had a smile on his face at the end of that one. 0-1 fastball misses up and away. Count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Yeah.
Sign 1 for 4 in the game on Tuesday. Had a single in that 6-run fifth.
Swings and lines this one into center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit. Trey Sign on the 1-1 delivers a single to center, and the Hornets have the leadoff man aboard.
Went down and got that one. Didn't quite golf it, but pretty darn close. Went down, got that one below the knees, about shin high, and looped it right over the second base bag, dropping into center field. Leadoff base runner now for both teams.
That one came off the end of the bat as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
You could hear the sound of it.
Awful hollow when it came off the bat.
Yeah, he was out in front of that pitch, even like he was the prior one. So now Ben Bartles will stand in, the DH and number 2 hitter in the order. Fouls a pitch over our heads for strike 1. Sign with good speed. Has a nice lead over there at first. Matt Kearns holding him on. Believe Kearns has the sunglasses on. He does, as there is a toss over and Sign goes back in on the dive. He's got the bill of that cap pulled down like Mason Lance did. I couldn't hardly tell.
We'll see how long those sunglasses last. When that sun gets right in your face, sometimes it's almost better not to have those shades on.
0-1 pitch, good looking breaking pitch. That one snaps down in across the top portion of the strike zone, and it's 0-2.
And you knew it was going to be an off-speed pitch as it was coming in, but about 15 feet from the plate, it just dropped right off the table. Great pitch.
Whitaker ready, the 0-2. Tries that breaking pitch again. This one didn't have as much movement, stays up out of the zone. Now with a ball and 2 strikes.
And probably happy it didn't drop another inch or two, because that would have finished right over the heart of the plate, and Ben Bartles may have been able to take that one for a ride.
Sign again with his lead. Here's the pitch, and the high fastball taken for ball 2. Bartles has the count at 2-2. He's got a good eye at the plate. Had that bases loaded walk as part of the 6-run 5th inning for the Hornets on Tuesday. Now that break even. Here it comes, and a swing and a foul ball. That one getting through to the backstop. It remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Bartles just taking a chop at that one to hopefully make contact and see another pitch, which he did. Wasn't necessarily expecting that one, but he saw it was close. Did everything he could just to make contact.
Sign with a pretty good lead over there at first, drawing the attention of Whitaker, who makes the throw over. Sign with a dive gets back into first. Looked a little Flintstone-esque there as the feet kind of were going without covering much ground before the dive back in. Now that 2-2 delivery. Whitaker taking his time, peering over his shoulder. There goes the runner. Breaking pitch taken for a strike, and the throw down not in time. Trey Sign will get the stolen base, but Ben Bartles is caught looking at the breaking pitch on the inside corner. He'll strike out for the first out of the inning.
And not a very strong throw by Eli Hott, bouncing into second base. It probably could have been the standing up steal of second for Trey Sign. Going to try for the strike him out, throw him out where it was a Romney. Just not able to get it done.
Oh, not a great pitch to throw on either, as that breaking pitch.
Mixed with a Bartles swing to slow down the reaction time. Good pitch to go on for Trey Sign.
It'll bring up the hard-hitting Mason Lance, and will bring a conference between Eli Hott, the catcher, and Brady Whitaker, the pitcher. And it was Whitaker who called Hott out, so I guess wanting to make sure they're on the same page with the signs, now with the runner in scoring position at second base.
Scouting report on Lance, he can hit the ball a ton.
Yeah, I was going to say.
That's all you need to know.
First pitch, a fastball just off that outside corner. Counted a ball and no strikes.
At least we're getting consistency behind the plate. May not be what we're used to, but as long as it stays consistent, you know where that strike zone is. It's going to be up to the pitchers to try to work around what looks like a little bit smaller strike zone tonight.
1-0 delivery hit high and hard, deep into left center field. That one has a chance, and it will be off the top of the fencing. Corey Ashby will play it in the grass as it bounced back towards the infield. Trey Sign, who was at second, easily comes around to score, and stopping at second with the RBI double, Mason Lance. He continues the hot hitting, giving the Hornets a 1-0 lead.
Matt, those flags in the outfield are completely still right now. If there is any ounce of wind tonight, that ball is out of here. That didn't miss going out by more than about, 2-3 feet as it hit the top of the wall. Very close to where he hit the ball over on Tuesday. And I thought that was going off the bat. Luckily for Romney, stays in the yard. But so far, good hitting. for Hornby Hornets.
So it brings up Brady Weaver in the cleanup spot. He's got a runner in scoring position. First pitch to him, a fastball down low for ball one. And have yourself a streak, if you would call it that already, for Mason Lance. His last 5 at-bats, 4 hits and 7 runs batted in, including a grand slam home run. Not bad. The 1-0 is due to Brady Weaver. Whitaker looking at the runner at second, takes another glance, and now to the plate, misses with a fastball, and it's 2-0. It doesn't get any easier with a hard-hitting Cullen Horowitz in the on-deck circle. And just what Trip Tobin likes, to be able to have that 3, 4, and 5 spot with some big dangerous hitters. Trey Sign got it started with a single, Lance with the RBI double. 2-0 pitch, missing off that inside corner. Count to Brady Weaver has gone to 3 balls and no strikes. First base is open with 1 down and a runner at second. 1-0 the Hornets lead. 3-0 hit very high in the air down the left field line. If that one stays fair, it could be gone, and it's a foul ball. Foul only by a few feet as the left fielder Corey Ashby got back there right in front of the fair foul pole, and it ended up to the left of that pole and foul, but barely.
And he was leaning on the fence, just waiting to see which direction of the foul pole that was going to go by. Again, had the distance, just a little too far out in front of that pitch.
I think he hit that one just about as high as he did far.
Yeah.
That was what you call a towering shot off the bat of Brady Weaver, the former Hedgesville standout, now down at Shepherd University, where his freshman season got cut short. 3-ball, 1-strike pitch. Here it comes. Breaking pitch, missing down low. That is ball 4. Whitaker, after seeing what happened on that 3-0, was not going to put a fastball in there, and the breaking pitch stayed down below the strike zone. That will be ball 4, and the base on balls will put runners at first and second, and we'll have a courtesy runner taking over.
A 14 that we don't have.
There's not a 14 on the roster.
Third baseman, number 21, Cullen Horowitz.
So we will have to check on that as Cullen Horowitz stands in. 1 out, 1 in, 2 on, bottom of inning number 1. Horowitz, good size in that right-hand batter's box. The deep knee bend, and he swings and fouls a breaking pitch into the netting just to the right of our broadcast position. Count at no balls and 1 strike. Tyler Gilpin due next for the Hornby Hornets. Wait a minute. We are getting
Hunter
the answer. So he
I
is
thought it
14.
was. He was the courtesy runner last night.
So Minnick serving as the courtesy runner at first with Lance at second, and Horowitz awaiting an 0-1 delivery. Whitaker really taking his time between pitches. Comes back with a fastball that is high for ball 1. And we saw some issues in the first inning for Hornet starter James Walsh in being able to find the strike zone. Whitaker has had a little bit of that trouble in this bottom half of the first inning as he misses inside with a 1-1. Now 2 balls and a strike.
And if you're James Walsh, I'm sure you wanted some runs to help you out a little bit, but you probably wanted to get back on the mound as quickly as possible. Try to get back in a rhythm. Not the first inning he wanted. Be interesting to see what this time on the bench is going to look like as he comes back out.
2-1 delivery high, inside fastball. Horowitz swings right through it, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now, see, I'm taking the opposite approach than you, because I'm thinking he just threw 27 pitches, 12 for strikes. Hey, let's sit here for a few minutes. Let's regroup. Let's let the offense get a run or two. I don't mind sitting. 2-2 delivery on the way, popped foul back out of play. Count holding to Horowitz.
You don't think the competitor he is, he wanted to get right back out and line him up, set him down?
I don't know.
Again, each pitcher's a little bit different. I don't think there's any 2 pitchers that are the exact same in the regard of how quickly they want the baseball, the motion, anything.
I think if you can give me some runs, I'll take them. 2-2 pitch, missing inside. The count has gone full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Whitaker again trying that breaking pitch just off the inside corner. Now we'll see what happens with the payoff. Runners at first and second. 1 out, 1 in. Horowitz awaiting the 3-2 delivery. Whitaker looks in at hot, has the side. Looks at the runner at second, delivers, and a swing and a miss, and Horowitz down on strikes. Looked like he pulled the string on that one a little bit. That didn't have a lot of pop on it like the regular fastball, but Horowitz could not catch it. He swings right through it, and that is a pair of strikeouts now in the inning for Brady Whitaker. 2 down for Tyler Gilpin.
It's either been they're on base or they're striking out. No pop flies, no ground balls.
Gilpin, left fielder in the number 6 spot in the order. The first pitch to him, swing and a miss at a fastball. A little bit up, but also off that outside edge.
And just not what Gilpin was expecting. You could tell way behind on that fastball. Not sure whether he was expecting the first pitch curveball or off-speed pitch that Whitaker had been thrown, or whether he was just trying to time up that fastball and was late.
Well, there is the breaking pitch. That one snapping across the strike zone, and the count quickly 0-2. Gilpin was in the number 2 spot in the order in Tuesday's win against Blue Ridge, and had a couple of hits in 4 trips to the plate, 2 singles and a run batted in. Also scored a pair of runs. 0-2 on the way here. High fastball as Whitaker unwound and let that one go. Overthrew that one as it got away from him high. A ball and 2 strikes. Lance, your runner at second. Minnick aboard at first. Now that 1-2 pitch, and it's a ground ball towards the third baseman. Little is up with it, and he'll go the easier route to the second base bag to get the force out of Hunter Minnick, and it will bring the inning to a close. The fielder's choice ground ball that will go 5-4. There were 2 hits and a walk in the inning, an RBI double from Mason Lance, scoring Trey Sine, who opened the inning with a single, and that has the Hornets out in front after 1. It is 1-0 Hornets. We're back in 60 seconds.
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
It's a 1-0 Hornets lead. We move to the top half of inning number 2. Romney will send to the plate the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Corey Ashby, Cullen Salser, and Ryan Shoemaker. And we had a pitching change already.
We do. Looks like Ashton Stobbs is out there already.
So there you go.
I saw somebody jogging behind the fence in the bottom of the first inning, but couldn't believe it was a pitcher already. But apparently Coach Lowry's seeing enough, and it'll be 1 inning for James Walsh.
Well, he'll finish in that inning allowing no runs on 1 hit. He did strike out 1, issued a base on balls, and also hit a batter. Was in a bases loaded with 1 out situation and induced a fielder's choice ground ball to third, and then got the strikeout looking to close out the frame. And now we get the pitching change. So that is Ashton Stobbs taking over. Let's see how long he will go in this one. That'll be the only change, as the Hornets and manager Trip Tobin going with the DH and Ben Bartles. So he stays in the lineup offensively, with Stobbs taking over on the hill. The right-hander will face the left-handed hitting Corey Ashby. And the first pitch of the at-bat in on his hands, but he fights it off down that left field line, and a foul ball. Boy, that one had just enough of a slice to it. It ended up foul by a few feet. Count 0-1, and not much that Tyler Gilpin could do there.
Nice little inside-out swing for Corey Ashby. I think just trying to protect a little bit. Ended up sending that one almost fair down the left field line.
See if that moves Gilpin over slightly towards that line. Maybe by a step or two.
It's not going to do much. You're not going to see that all that often.
0-1 pitch. Well, there he goes the other way again.
There's that broadcaster's jinx.
Fouls this one back out of play down the left field line, and just like that, it's 0-2, and both balls have gone that direction. And now we'll see if Gilpin takes another half a step towards that left field line. Besides that, you can be in the shade right there. I would stay in that particular spot.
Basically all left field shaded right now.
That 0-2 pitch missing high and outside. Now at a ball and 2 strikes. Yeah, the shadows beginning to stretch across the field, and with the trees out beyond that left field fence, already some shadows in left field from those trees. The 1-ball, 2-strike delivery. This one fouled back. Ashby doing a nice job to stay alive.
He is, and if I'm Ashton Stobbs, I'm not throwing anything for the fastball right here. He has been late. I'm just trying to get one low and inside, or really just on that inside edge, but keep pounding that fastball. Ashby hadn't been able to truly catch up to it yet.
Yeah, it's a contact swing, no doubt about it. Just looking to put that ball in play somewhere. Make that defense work or find a hole. And now time taken is Brady Weaver, the Hornet catcher, going out for a quick conference. Well, the Hornets suffering a loss in their first game right here. We had that broadcast, an 8-inning affair against the Antietam Generals out of Maryland. 8-3 was the final in that one. Low scoring until you got to that 8th inning, and then 5 runs in the top of the frame, all that the Generals needed to go on for the win. The Hornets then swept a doubleheader here against Vienna, Virginia, winning both games by 6-1 finals. Back to action, and the 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Ashby's down on strikes.
Just went after him with the fastball. Ashby did a good job of fighting off 2 of those, but it looked like Stobbs may even put a little bit more on that fastball that earned him the strikeout.
Ellen worked it down and in to the left-hand batter. 1 down, bases empty. Cullen Salser to the plate. That's S-U-L-S-E-R. Salser. Ding. First pitch down low and outside, ball 1. That's from the Nationals broadcast if you didn't. They have an actual bell. We don't have one, so we had the cheap version where it's just the mouth ding as opposed to the full sound effect that they cost money. 1-0 pitch down low and outside, 2 balls and no strikes.
Thank you for that.
Well, I had to explain for those who are going, what was that? 2-0 down low and outside, 3 balls and no strikes. And Ashton Stobbs, after getting the strikeout on just 4 pitches, now can't find the strike zone. Right-hander peering in, has that sign from Weaver, and that next delivery down low and outside, and every one of those pitches in a general same location.
But not the location he wanted, all low and away out of the strike zone.
So the 4-pitch walk will give Romney a 1-out base runner and bring to the plate Ryan Shoemaker, center fielder number 9 hitter in the order. He looks down at Josh Crawford in his 5th year leading this program, normally American Legion, but not this year. This is independent baseball. Legion canceling their season relatively early on. First pitch to Shoemaker. Down low, ball 1.
It's now about 5 straight pitches that have missed in that exact same spot.
Yeah, he's trying to work that outer edge in the lower portion of the strike zone. Not
Rodney trying to work tonight in the strike zone.
Ready from the stretch with that 1-0, and there he finds the spot he's been looking for. It's in for a strike. You figure Shoemaker's taking all the way in that situation.
Hey, you got to throw me a strike or 2 here before I'm swinging.
Well, he showed him 1. Let's see what happens on the 1-1. Salser his lead at first and the pitch, and it's a ground ball towards the shortstop. Could it be 2? Reisenweber goes to second for 1. Relay throw to first, not in time. Ryan Barger turning, making that throw. It bounced past Mason Lance. Brady Weaver, the catcher, down the line doing what he's supposed to back it up. And Shoemaker will stay at first, reaching on the fielder's choice. 2 outs now with that runner aboard, and we'll go back to the top of the order.
Bryson's first at-bat. Last inning was a walk. Ended up getting to third, but that is where he was stranded. Again, a good job by James Walsh. Working out of a jam, but did not earn a second inning here tonight on the mound.
2 outs with a runner on, and Bryson stands in. And the first pitch, a fastball, just a bit low and away, ball 1. And that ball off the bat of Shoemaker didn't quite have enough on it for Reisenweber to be able to get in and
it was a good adjustment by Reisenweber, though. It was hitting the infield grass. It was a good job coming up quickly. An awkward turn, having to turn completely around, go kind of behind where he was.
Swing and a miss. Yeah, because he was actually in front of that second base bag by the time he got to that
grounder. So that is not the easiest turn. That is an awkward turn to make and put a throw right on the money.
Count now a ball and a strike as Bryson came up empty on that 1-0 pitch. Shoemaker his lead. Staub's taking his time, steps off and makes the soft toss over. Just to let Shoemaker know, I'm thinking about you.
Seen Staub's enough. Not his A move.
Call that the postcard throw?
Yes.
The one just to let you know I'm thinking about you, right? Bryson awaiting that 1-ball-1-strike pitch. There's that beep we were looking for earlier. Pitch in on his hands. Bryson fights it off, fouls it out of play off the first base side. Now at a ball and 2 strikes. You moved the wrong stopwatch the first time, I think, right?
I did.
That's my famous stopwatch that I've never figured out.
I hear this beeping in my sleep.
I know there's a way to reset the alarm on that. But
we did at one point. We set it for about 4 hours later.
Runner on the move, 1-2 pitch, and it's a tapper right out in front of the mound, fielded by Staubs. The pitcher will turn and make that throw over, and Bryson will bounce out 1-3. The comebacker brings the inning to a close. There was a 1-out walk, a fielder's choice ground ball. The runner left stranded, and at the end of an inning and a half, we'll take a 60-second break with the Hornets leading Romney 1-0. Too late now.
It's on beeping now.
Now it's yours, man. Now you got to keep your own. No runs, no hits, no errors.
1K.
1 left.
4.
1 walk. 1K.
7. That's 12, 16. You're gonna have 15.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 16.
Okay, cool.
Law Enforcement Live airs daily only on TV 10.
I was asking if you got anything that would stab me. If you get hold your head.
That's not what the media makes it to be. We're here to help. I like what I do.
The following scene contains graphic content some viewers may find upsetting.
Stand back.
It's sad.
New episodes, Wednesdays, 8 p.m.
Viewer discretion is advised.
We had him at 27 pitches in that first inning, 15 for strikes. Very similar numbers to James Walsh. Walsh did not come out for the second inning for the Hornets, but it is Whitaker back out there to face Jack Reisenweber. First pitch of this bottom of the second, grounded sharply to the third baseman. Nice backhand pickup by Little, and the throw to first to get him.
It didn't stay down on that. I think he got a lucky hop. He had picked his body up completely and was just hoping for the courtesy hop on the grass, and he got it. It was a good throw across the diamond by Little, 1 down on 1 pitch.
And there you go.
That's efficiency at its finest.
That one had a chance to get by him and be down that left field line that could have been extra bases maybe for Reisenweber, although where Ashby's playing right now, the left fielder had a chance to get to it pretty quickly. As is, bases empty, 1 down for Ryan Barger, and Whitaker misses outside with ball 1. Chase Anderson due next in the Hornet lineup. Whitaker from the windup. That fastball had the plate, but down below the knees. 2-0. Whitaker patting himself in the chest as he looked in at his catcher, Eli Hott. Got it where he wanted, but didn't quite get it high enough to find that strike zone. Comes with a breaking pitch that snaps in there. That is a strike, and it's 2-1. Barger the other night had a tough one as he takes this pitch down low. Now 3 balls and a strike. The sombrero.
And be ready for the the 2, 3, 4 hitters, and even 5 with Colin Horwitz to come back up. I'll tell you why after this pitch.
All right, here we go. 3-1 pitch misses high. That is ball 4, and the base on balls will give the Hornets a 1-out runner for Chase Anderson.
Whitaker's pretty much gone with 2 pitches. He's had an off-speed, looks like a routine curveball, and then a fastball. When he is going for that curveball, he digs in that glove. So watch out when Mason Lance, Brady Weaver, Colin Horwitz, even Ben Bartles get back up, because they're going to notice that.
Barger is lead at first as the pitch to Anderson. Works that inside corner for a called strike 1. Anderson the other night out of that number 9 spot in the order. Went 0 for 1 with a base on balls. Left-hand batter with that open stance. Takes a pitch off the outside edge, and it's 1-1. That open stance meaning he keeps the front foot shaded down that first base line and really stays up on the toe on that front foot. And then as the pitch would come plateward, he'll lift that foot and then look to stride into the pitch. We get a toss over to first, and Barger back in on the dive. Now, Whitaker's paid close attention to those runners as he did back in the first inning. And again, a throw over, and this one in time to get him.
Got him in between steps. Brian Barger was leaning, trying to get that primary lead, and in between what looked like it was going to be the second to last step and last step, it was a quick throw over by Brady Whitaker.
So the pickoff at first for the second out of the inning. Now the bases are empty as Anderson awaits that 1-1. He shows bunt but takes, and that curveball misses. 2 balls and a strike. There you go. Whitaker made the first one relatively close, and then the second one, yeah, that throw beat him. Swinging away at the 2-1, Anderson lifts one into shallow center field. Long run for the center fielder, but Ryan Shoemaker coming in, calls off the shortstop going out, and it's Shoemaker who makes the catch, and the side is retired. Now, despite the fact there was a 1-out walk, the Hornets end up going in order in the bottom of the second. We'll head to inning number 3. When we come back after this 60-second break, your score, it's the Hornets 1 and Romney nothing.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Prepare for what's next, or to plan ahead. We're here. Brown Funeral Home, a legacy of service since 1880.
We are back once again here at P.O. Faulkner Park, and, well, as we talked about earlier, Matt, things change in the way that a game plays out and what a game plan may be going in. We were told that the Hornets were looking to get Walsh a couple to 3 innings, then make a move to potentially Ashton Stobbs, maybe Caleb Horner in there, and maybe even a little Nick Reeves at the end. And, well, Walsh went 1 inning, Stobbs went 1 inning, and as Matt Crawford takes over with the play-by-play, taking over on the mound is Trevor Sharp.
With a Lowry in charge of the pitching, does anything surprise you at this point? Not a dig at all, but just you've been around it longer than I have, but with a Lowry in charge of pitching, you just never, nothing is ever going to go as planned. There's a method to the madness. There always is, and most of the time it pays off. But nothing surprises me anymore.
Stobbs in his 1 inning, no runs, no hits, 1 strikeout, and 1 walk. And now he gives way to Trevor Sharp. We told you in Tuesday's broadcast, but if you missed it, we'll say it again. Last time out for him would have been last Tuesday night in that no-hit loss at the hands of the Adult League Hagerstown Braves. And in that game, he struck out 4 in 1 inning as a 3rd strike ball got by the catcher allowing the runner to get to first base, and so he said, fine, I'll just strike out the next guy as well. Gives you an idea of the stuff this young man has.
Leading off for Romney will be shortstop Tristan Everett in that number 2 spot. Here comes Sharp with that first pitch. Fastball low and inside in the dirt. Good scoop by Brady Weaver. Ball 1.
Sharp going to rub that baseball down after getting it back.
Apparently it's an issue. Again, humid out there tonight.
It is.
Seen just about every pitcher so far really trying to dig into that baseball. Sharp now ready to lefty with that 1-0. Got Everett to chase up the ladder a bit. Strike 1.
Yeah, good high fastball from Trevor Sharp. He's got a good fastball.
Out of the windup, Sharp in the middle of that pitching rubber. An open stance for Everett. Here comes that 1-1 pitch well outside on the off-speed pitch, ball 2.
So the question, how long will Sharp last in this one before...
If he goes on pace of everybody else, just about an inning.
It looks like there may be some action in the bullpen behind the dugout off that third base side.
That 2-1 pitch in for a strike, a swing and a miss by the shortstop Everett. Everett hit by a pitch his first at-bat in the first inning. Count now even 2 balls, 2 strikes as towing the pitching rubber again is Trevor Sharp. Gets the pitch he wants immediately. Here is that 2-2 out of the windup. This one driven the opposite way. Will it drop in for a single? It will. Into right field. It's going to be a throw to first well over the top of the head. The throw from Chris Anderson going over the head of Mason Lance. Good backup for Brady Weaver. That was trying to be an out 9-3. Seldom seen.
Yeah.
And luckily Brady Weaver paying attention because that could have been 2 bases for Tristan Everett. It'll just be 1 as he drops in that single into right field. A little inside-out swing going the opposite way.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad pitch from Sharp. Got it in on the right-hand hitter, but he fought it off and got a base hit.
We'll bring up Brady Whitaker. Whitaker a swing and a miss and a hardy cut. Dropped him to a knee on the swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think he may have actually ticked that one into the catcher's mitt of Brady Weaver.
Sharp now pitching out of the stretch with a runner on first base. Not a big lead for Tristan Everett with Sharp being a lefty. Sharp going to take a couple looks over. Now delivers that 0-1. That one low. Gets by Brady Weaver and cruising into second base is Tristan Everett. He will round second and then backpedal back. That one low but not in the dirt. One that you'd like to see Brady Weaver keep in front of him.
Weaver kind of shaking his head just a little bit as he pulls that catcher's mask and helmet off and now puts it back on. May have just been fooled by that pitch. Not quite on the same page, or at least maybe Sharp not finding the location that Weaver was expecting.
1 ball, 1 strike. The count to Whitaker. Here comes that 1-1 pitch. That one again low, but this time blocked right in front. A little off to the left of Brady Weaver, but is able to run it down and keep Tristan Everett at second base.
Yeah, Everett very aggressive on the base paths. He's got some speed, and you saw him ready to go towards third as that ball was down in the dirt. Weaver popped up and made sure to look him back.
2 balls, 1 strike to the pitcher, Everett. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. This one grounded to the right side. Ryan Barger over there hauls it in, fires over to first. Mason Lance brings it in for out number 1, but advancing to third base is Tristan Everett, and the ball hit the other way.
Yeah, there you go. Give Whitaker a hand for getting the job done and advancing that base runner. Now, we'll take umbrage with you on Barger firing that one over to first. That looked like a...
He got it over there. More kind on the verbiage than you are.
Not the hurried throw.
Is that out in the book 4-3?
He did just what he needed to do. Made sure he threw a strike.
1 down as the lefty Morgan Little stands in, the third baseman in the cleanup spot today. Watches one go well inside. Looked like it was going to skim him on the way through. And he was going to take it if it hit him.
I was going to say, it looked like he was willing to let that one skim the jersey or nick the elbow if it happened, but it did not.
And again, you say jersey is a loose term. No jerseys for this Romney team. It is the blue T-shirt for everybody. The 1-0 misses low. May have been a bit away as well. 2 balls, no strikes. Now to Morgan Little. Little an infield single, his first at-bat.
Yeah, we're waiting for the first substitution, and we have no idea who will come in.
It's going to be a 50-50 shot. It's either going to be Evan Moreland or Connor McDonald. Here comes that 2-0. That one below the knees as well. 3-0 now to Little. Little hit that ball to the right side, kind of in between Barger and Mason Lance in the first inning. Barger, good job of knocking it down, keeping a run from crossing home plate. Infield in for the Hornets on this 3-0. And And that 3-0 pitch just a bit low and inside, ball 4. Now runners at the corners.
So now each of the 3 pitchers that have been on the mound for the Hornets in this one have issued a base on balls. Walsh walked 1 and hit 1. Stobbs walked 1, and now Sharp has issued a walk.
Matt Kearns now stepping in that right-handed batter's box. Stands off the plate a little bit more than normal for a righty. That first pitch in for strike 1.
Corner infielders will, play in at third. At first, Lance is going to hold that runner aboard.
And
Middle
now,
infielders playing double play.
And now Horwitz backing up.
He did.
So they're going to play normal depth here. Here comes that 0-1. That one bouncing in. A good block by Brady Weaver. Count even now, 1 ball, 1 strike to Kearns. It is 1-0 Hornets here in the top of inning number 3. On Thursday night, independent baseball action here at P.O. Faulkner Park in Martinsburg. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a miss. Now it is Sharp ahead of the count, 1-2.
Be sure to state that properly. It is properly. It is
properly.
Organized independent baseball, as Trip Tobin pointed out to us in his text earlier today.
My apologies. 1-2 pitch ready. Here it is from Sharp, and boy, did he have Kearns fooled. A check swing, called strike 3 at the plate. 2 down here in the top of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he went through the zone. I'm marking that one as a strikeout swinging, no doubt about it, as he was fooled on that one. That was the swing, don't swing too late.
Eli Hott now steps in, the catcher. Again, scheduled to pitch today. We got that changed at the last minute. He now behind the plate. Here's the first pitch to Hott. That one high inside. Ball 1 off the left arm of Trevor Sharp.
Well, I wonder if Whitaker is on a similar type of pitch count. We were told by manager Josh Crawford that when Hott was on the hill, he'd look to throw him for about 40 pitches maybe. And that is just about where Whitaker is at 37.
Sharp delivers that 1-0. That one also above the letters, ball 2 to Eli Hott. Sharp, a Musselman High School graduate. Supposed to be his senior year, or senior baseball season. Was his senior year. It was set to be his senior baseball season this spring. Is now going to take his talents to Morgantown. That 2-0 does catch the outside corner, strike 1. Now 2 balls, 1 strike to the number 6 man in the order, Eli Hott.
Yeah, nice looking pitch. Hott is already playing his college ball, Garrett Community College, where he is at.
2-1 pitch from Sharp and a swing and a miss. Eli Hott behind on the fastball. Count now even 2-2. Eli Hott, a part of the Hampshire Trojans baseball team in his high school days. Again, remember calling some of those sectional games against Jefferson. Those were some fun games a few years back.
And those were definitely some good ones.
The break even. Here comes the 2-2 from Trevor Sharp. That one low and inside, gets away from Brady Weaver. That's going to score a run. Coming in from third is Tristan Everett. Moving up to second base is Morgan Little. And we're tied at 1 on the pass ball.
Now, just a tough one. Sharp has not been that sharp. He's been kind of all over the place with his pitches, down and in, up and away, and that one down and in again. Weaver unable to handle it, and we've got a whole new ball game tied at 1. And the go-ahead run in scoring position.
And the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Eli Hott. Sharp takes a look back at second. Here comes the payoff pitch, high and outside. Ball for the second walk of the inning for Trevor Sharp.
Yeah, a pair of walks, a strikeout, add in that single to get it all started, and there's a run in and more out there for the number 7 hitter in the order.
Talking with pitching coach and assistant coach John Lowry Jr. before the game, and he said it should be a game where pitching should not be challenging for us. At least this rotation, we got confidence in this rotation, and so far, Ashton Stobbs, a good inning, but James Walsh, not what you expected. And so far, Trevor Sharp, not having a bad inning, but definitely not as sharp as we are used to seeing him. No pun intended there.
Oh, a lot of pitches that each one is needed, even in the inning for Stobbs, 16 pitches in that half inning.
Breaking ball in for strike 1. Corey Ashby watched it go by. A strikeout victim, his first at-bat.
On that tough lefty-lefty matchup. Let's see if it proves to be the advantage to Sharp.
Sharp takes a look back at second. Here comes that 0-1. This time, Ashby going to take a cut at it. Same result, strike 2.
Now Sharp ahead in the count. Let's see what he uses to try to put away Ashby and put away this half inning.
Runners at first and second, 2 down. One across already here in the top of the third. It is a 1-1 game. Here comes the 0-2 to Ashby. This one fouled off, hitting the netting, popping back into foul territory. Well, we'll do that 0-2 all over again.
Good pitch that time from Sharp. Ashby able to fight it off, gathering his thoughts before stepping back in, awaiting another 0-2 delivery with 2 on base and 2 outs. Romney missed an opportunity to score in that first inning. They've put a run on the board here. Hate to leave more base runners.
Here comes the 0-2 again from Sharp. A swing and a miss. That one gets away from Brady Weaver. He'll step inside that foul line. Fire down to first. Mason Lance hauls it in for the third out of the inning. It'll be a strikeout going 2-3 in the scorebook. 1 run across on 1 hit in the inning. Also a strikeout. We'll have the bottom of the third when we come back. Again, the score is the Hornets 1 and Romney 1. We're back in 60 seconds.
$27.
9, 13, 17, 23, 27, yeah.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring has restored hardwood floors and solid premier flooring in this area for over 25 years, providing a wide range of services, including floor sanding and refinishing and floor coverings. When you're looking for reliable professional flooring services from a company you can trust, you can count on us. Schedule a visit to our well-stocked showroom today, then get a free estimate on your flooring project.
Coming in the bottom of the first inning, and it is Brady Whitaker who is back out for his third inning of work in this one so far. 37 pitches, 2 strikeouts, both of those coming in the first inning. Relatively efficient so far. Again, both sides struggling to throw strikes consistently in this one, Matt.
Yeah, that has been the issue. A lot of pitches thrown, and they give them credit. I mean, they found a way to get out of some jams with the score just 1-1 through 2.5 innings. But you'd like to see these pitchers settle in and throw a few more strikes.
The Hornets back to the top of the order. It is Trey Sign who steps in, a single so far in this one, and again pulls his head off and takes a hearty cut at one. Saw him about to swing out of his shoes his first swing in the first inning. I was going to say, you want to say something? Go for it.
Let me give credit to Brady Whitaker, because he did just what I talked about. After 27 pitches in that first, he only needed 10 to get through that second inning. So he did settle down. Let's see if he can keep it going here in the third.
Here comes the 0-1 from Whitaker. A little bit of a check at the plate, and Trey Sign looks like he was able to hold up, and he wanted to go after it. Was able to have enough discipline to hold that bat back, as that one missed very low, bouncing right in on the plate on its way in. Out of the windup, standing on the first base side of the rubber is Whitaker. Here comes that 1-1, that off-speed pitch fading away from the plate, 2-1.
Yeah, some nice movement, but he started it way outside, and it just went way outside. All right, further outside. How's that?
Making up words here tonight in the broadcast. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here comes that 2-1 pitch, a fastball, and Trey Sign sends this one into left field for his second single of the contest. He will round first, then backpedal his way back to the bag, and once again, a no-out base runner. The second one in 3 innings. Both times it's been Trey Sign for the Hornets in the first, now in the third.
And, Matt, you got to love it. In both at-bats, Sign had a swing that you just were scratching your head at the end of. He was fooled by the pitch, was not in any type of a rhythm, and yet in each at-bat, he's been able to get the barrel on one. The first one a single to center, this one the single to left.
This one getting a little more of the sweet spot in the barrel. The first hit was a little bit of a cue ball hit into center field off the end of the bat. Check back over to first. Back in safely is Trey Sign.
And you figured you'd get that check. Sign had a steal in that first inning, remember? Almost they strike him out, thrown out somebody
in this game so far. First pitch to Ben Bartles. That one misses inside, ball one. Bartles, a strikeout victim, looking his first at-bat back in the top of the first.
Yeah, that was the pickoff of Barger in the second inning. So he's shown his move to first. Sign still has a good lead.
He does. See what that secondary lead looks like. Here comes that 1-0. This one a ground ball to the shortstop. Over to Everett. He'll flip to second. It's going to be enough for two. A good slide by Trey Sign to break up the double play. And all Romney's going to get is one. Excellent job running the bases by Trey Sign to keep that just one out rather than a double play.
Yeah, he was going as hard as he could to that second base bag. Went in with the slide. Ended up knocking Trey Bryson over, but Bryson was not even going to attempt to make the throw to first.
And a smart decision by Bryson not to make that throw, or probably a good idea that he got tumbled into, because it would have been safe at first for Bartles anyway. But again, a good clean slide by Trey Sign to break up that double play. Now stepping in is Mason Lance, and he takes one low and away, ball one.
Lance is red hot in his last 4 trips to the plate. He has had 4 hits, a couple of singles, a double, and a grand slam home run from Tuesday to today.
That 1-0, missing low in the dirt, getting away momentarily from Eli Hott. Bartles taking a good secondary lead, but is going to get back to the bag. Count now 2-0 to Mason Lance, who was about a foot away or an ounce of wind away from having a home run in back-to-back games back in the first inning.
He has settled for the RBI double.
Here comes that 2-0 pitch, and was trying to send one over the fence there. A hearty cut, swung through it, strike one.
And again, looked like Whitaker took a little something off that one. Kept it up there, though, kind of in the eyes of Lance, who took that hearty cut.
Bartles gets a short lead off first for a righty. Here comes that 2-1 breaking pitch. Doesn't quite break in enough. Still misses inside. Count now 3-1 to Mason Lance, and he now has a hitter's count. So anything over the plate, I would expect a big cut for number 12. Here comes a 3-1. Took the hearty cut, but chopped one to third off the edge of the glove of the third baseman. Tries for the force play at second. Gets by the second baseman, Trey Bryson. Moving to third, sliding in is Ben Bartles. And safe at first is Mason Lance. Went off the edge of the glove. Was trying to make a little snow cone catch, was Morgan Little, but just could not haul it in cleanly. And once he got it into his chest, tried the force play at second to get Ben Bartles. Went past Trey Bryson into right field.
Yes, sir.
Not sure they would have gotten it even if that throw is on time. Looked like Bartles got to the bag before the baseball, but now runners at the corners, one down.
I'll check with Scott Jenkins down there, who's doing the PA and keeping his own book. I'm probably looking at a fielder's choice and then the error on the throw, allowing the runner to advance. So Lance reaching on the fielder's choice, ends that string of 4 consecutive hits, but he is on base.
Now standing in is Brady Weaver. One down, first pitch to Weaver is skied high to the left side of the infield. Third baseman and shortstop moving over. It's the third baseman, Little, calling off the shortstop, Everett. And you could hear that from our broadcast location with a headset on. That was Little's ball all the way, 2 down as Weaver flies out.
It was Little's ball all the way. It was right in the position where the shortstop was moving. And I thought the shortstop always took charge.
What I'm telling you is there was no way that Morgan Little was giving up that baseball. So I'm telling you it was his the whole way because he wasn't getting out of the way.
And again, he's bigger than the shortstop, just like we saw earlier for the Hornets when Horowitz took one from Reisenweber.
Now brings in Colin Horowitz. The Bears steps in 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the first.
Taller guy take the ball.
Swing and a miss on the first pitch, strike one to Horowitz. Is that now the new policy in baseball? Whoever's the tallest, you no longer have to call it. Just stick your glove up. Whoever catches it
if you can
gets
get
the
there,
out.
You used to play that in, as a kid growing up, right? You get a handful of you in the outfield and one guy just tinging them out there to see who could catch the most.
0-1 is a breaking ball. Colin Horowitz watched for strike 2. On the move on the pitch was Mason Lance. No throw down, so he will take second base the easy way, the stolen base without a throw.
Yeah, but now Horowitz has to find a way to put it in play with 2 in scoring position. Chance to break this tie.
0-2 pitch upcoming from Whitaker. Out of the stretch, here comes the 0-2 pitch. High and inside, but Colin Horwitz takes a cut and he misses. Strike 3, the lone strikeout of the inning, and 2 runners stranded in scoring position. None cross here in the bottom of the 3rd for the Hornets. We'll go to the top of the 4th when we come back. Tied at 1. This is Hornets Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
It's one of the toughest times you'll ever face when someone close to you passes away. It's a swirl of papers to sign and arrangements to be made, all while you're dealing with grief. At Brown Funeral Home, we encourage you to pre-plan. Pre-planning not only makes things easier for you, it protects you from rising costs. At Brown Funeral Home, our families are precious to us, and so are yours. Brown Funeral Home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson.
They're my closest friends. We've been through a lot together. Seeing our kids off to college, Kelly losing her mom, my 50th birthday, I trust them with so much. So when it came to my finances, I trusted Kelly's referral to her Ameriprise advisor. Beth gives me the comprehensive advice that helps me feel confident my financial future is secure. With the right financial advisor, life can be brilliant. Ameriprise Financial.
Welcome back into P.O. Faulkner Park. 1-1 as we go into the 4th inning. 1 run in the top of the 3rd for the visiting Romney squad, and 1 run in the bottom of the 1st for the home Hornby Hornets. And Matt, alert the press. We have a pitcher for the Hornets that is in for a 2nd consecutive inning tonight.
Hold on. I want to make sure. Yep, that is Trevor Sharp.
That is.
You can tell
by the hair.
By the hair. And you can tell by the left-hander popping the catcher's mitt.
And it must be the southern end of the county, because Ben Bartles has the flow coming out, too.
Yeah.
Must be the look in the Inwood Bunker Hill area.
Matt, you gave the score. Let's give you a little more of the breakdown. Romney has a run on 2 hits. They've committed 1 error. Already through 3 at-bats have left 6 runners and 3 in scoring position. The Hornets, with their run, have produced it on 3 hits, no errors. They've left 4 runners, and 3 of theirs have been in scoring position. So we've seen some pitchers who have pitched themselves out of some jams. We've seen some missed opportunities for both teams.
Colin Sulcer, the leadoff hitter for Romney, drew a walk in the 2nd inning. Getting ready to face the lefty Sharp. Here comes the first pitch from Sharp. That one just a bit off the edge of the plate, but not by much. Ball 1. It's been consistent.
I was going to say that outside corner, not one that's
consistently not there.
Right.
That's all you can ask for behind the plate is consistency. Whether you like the call or not, you just want it to be consistent on both sides. The 1-0 coming in, that one missed inside, popping away from Brady Weaver. Now 2-0, the count to Sulcer.
I'll share in just a moment.
Sharp out of the windup. Here comes that 2-0. That one high and outside, ball 3. So far, Colin Sulcer has not seen a strike thrown. It was a walk on 4 straight out of the zone in the 2nd. Counts now 3-0 to the number 8 hitter.
That at-bat came against Ashton Stobbs. Now this one against Sharp.
Here comes the 3-0 from Sharp. Goes with the fastball. There's the old automatic in there, strike 1.
Sorry, I was laughing earlier. I'm just checking my phone, seeing if anything's going on in the sports world. I pull up ESPN, and here's where we are in the COVID world of sports.
3-1 pitch is in for strike 2 on the outside corner from Trevor Sharp. That fastball painting the corner.
One of the ESPN top headlines right now, New Jersey halts bets on Ukrainian table tennis. Never thought I would see that.
The 3-2, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And what a battle back for Trevor Sharp. Was behind in the count to Sulcer. 3-0, 3 straight strikes. And retires the first batter of the 4th inning looking.
He gets his 3rd strikeout.
Man, you can't tell me betting on Turkish table tennis right before I'm trying to call a full.
It's Ukrainian.
It's Ukrainian. I'm so. Is there much of a difference?
I just wonder if they halted it before my bet went
is table tennis that much of a difference. To the bottom of the order now, it's Ryan Shoemaker who takes strike 1.
Sorry, that one just struck me funny, just like, you know.
That is a solid headline there, Mr.
There
Miller.
You go. Didn't even realize New Jersey had such a bet.
The 0-1, this one fouled off down the first base line, gets out of play into the new stands that have been built Down the right field line by new stands, I mean a cut area of grass where you can put your lawn chair.
Now tell me you're not going to go home at some point and look up Ukrainian table tennis to see just how good is this.
Oh, I'm sure it's fantastic. Have you ever seen professional table tennis?
Yeah, some of
it's
those
impressive.
Guys, yeah, they're good.
Very impressive. One down. Here comes the 0-2 to Shoemaker from Sharp. Off speed, a swing and a miss. And Sharp puts down 2 in a row on the strikeout. This one swinging. Sulcer went down looking. 2 down quickly here in the top of the 4th inning.
3 of the 4 strikeouts for Sharp have been of the swinging variety, and he has now struck out the last 3 batters that he has faced and 4 of the last 5.
Getting into a little bit of a rhythm now. Trey Bryson in that leadoff spot stands in, a swing and a miss, and man, trying to catch up to that fastball, and he just couldn't. I think he didn't start the swing until that ball popped into Brady Weaver's mid, strike 1.
Now we'll see how long Sharp lasts. I just looked down towards the dugout, and you see Trip Tobin and John Lowry Jr. in a conversation.
Here comes the 0-1, another swing and a miss, and man, Bryson cannot catch up to these fastballs, and there's no way you're throwing anything but a fastball here. I wouldn't think if you are Trevor Sharp. Let's see what the pitch call is here. Or do you try to fool him with an off-speed? We'll see what happens. Here's the 0-2 from Trevor Sharp, 2 down to Bryson. Took a little bit off that one, missed outside, ball 1.
And not a bad pitch with 2 strikes in that situation. The 0-2, you put it just off that outside edge, see if you might get him to chase. He didn't. Now you battle back with the 1-2.
Here comes that 1-2. This one, Bryson getting a piece of, fouling it off into the netting just to our right. And we'll do this 1-2 again.
Good job there to fight that one off. See another pitch.
What's the line on some of that table tennis action?
I don't know. I haven't pulled up the article to see what the lines were or why. Maybe they halted the bets.
1-2. That one low in the dirt. Good block by Brady Weaver. Count now runs even. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Can't imagine there might be something scandalous going on in the betting world around Ukrainian table tennis.
I'm wondering why they are nixing that betting.
That will probably be the next major 30 for ESPN. The scandal of Ukrainian table tennis.
Here comes the break-even pitch, the 2-2, a swing and a miss, and once again Bryson cannot catch up to the fastball. 3 up, 3 down, striking out the side is Trevor Sharp. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th when we come back, tied at 1. This is Hornets Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds. Man, he could not catch up to those fastballs.
15. 10 for strikes.
Yep, 15.
So that would now be 42 total. 24 for...
Floodwaters can spread E. coli bacteria. Here's Bill Kearns from the Berkeley County Health Department about what to do if your well is tested positive.
If it's just a one-time contamination, you can superchlorinate your well, which we have instructions at the health department. They could call and talk to us. You're providing an excessive amount of bleach down the well. Then you do a runoff to get that out of the system, to get the bleach through your lines, get any contamination out there. You do a runoff of so long, and then you can have it tested again.
The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Call 304-263-5131.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
Find out who is on the mound for them now as their skipper is about to walk past Josh Crawford.
Yeah, I believe it's Eli Hott. I don't know if it's just a simple change of the battery, pitcher to catcher.
Bryson.
Okay, so it's Bryson.
Trey Bryson now on the mound. Bryson was playing second base. Thank you, John Alderton, for getting that information for us.
Which looks like perhaps Hott then went out to second, which would then have Whitaker taking over behind the plate,
where he was anticipated to start in this one.
That's what we are assuming, as the change that we got was the pitching change, but nothing beyond that to this point. So Whitaker in the start goes 3 innings. He did allow 3 hits and gave up 1 run, had 3 strikeouts and 2 base on balls, and now will give way to Trey Bryson. Right-hander finishing his warm-up tosses. Let's see how he can fare against the 6, 7, and 8 hitters coming up for the Hornets.
Yeah, it'll be Tyler Gilpin, Jack Reisenweber, and Ryan Barger combined so far in this one. 2 groundouts and a walk. Nothing doing from that walk for Ryan Barger. He got picked off just a few pitches later.
You mean he was not happy? No, you said picked off. I'm
yes,
sorry. Which he probably was not happy.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody's
off.
overly happy when they get picked off at first. Now stepping in is Tyler Gilpin.
Just want to make sure I heard you clearly.
Gilpin out of the north end of the county, a Spring Mills Cardinal. Swing and a miss on the first pitch he sees. A fastball coming on the right arm of Trey Bryson. Bryson out of the windup. Right in the middle of that pitching rubber. Not favoring one side or the other. Again, going with the fastball. That one just a bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And once again, not getting that low strike call so far in this one. There has been that consistency.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. That one low and away. Easy to lay off for Gilpin. Tyler now ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. As the sun almost below the trees in left field. Lights are on here at P.O. Faulkner. One of the most beautiful times of a day to see a baseball field. So those lights are starting to kick in. Here comes that 2-1 inside, lifted deep in the left field for Gilpin. Moving back on is the left fielder. He's not going to be able to handle it as he gets by Ashby. Rounding first, going to second is Tyler Gilpin. He will be in standing up as the relay throw comes in. And it's a leadoff double for Tyler Gilpin, and Corey Ashby in left field just never got a great read on it.
No, he didn't. That ball just continued to carry. It looked several times like Ashby was just about ready to stop, as though he felt like he had it measured, but the ball continued to carry, and as he went back, ultimately had no chance to bring it in. That's just a tough break, to be honest, for Trey Bryson.
And a nice pop off the bat for Tyler Gilpin in that number 6 spot in the order.
That's not Whitaker behind the plate either, so we'll have to find out some of the other changes that came with Trey Bryson moving from second with what we believe is Eli Hott now at second, and a new catcher in the ball game.
Standing in now, who we know is standing in the right-handed batter's box, is Jack Reisenweber. Reisenweber stands in and takes strike 1 on the inside corner.
A golden opportunity for the Hornets in this bottom of the 4th inning with the leadoff man in scoring position in a 1-1 ball game. Got to try to regain the lead here after the early 1-0 lead, and then Romney tying it in the 3rd.
Reisenweber, a ground ball out to third base. Back in his first at-bat, sends this one the other way. The right fielder Schultzer coming in and makes the catch on the run. And tacking up at second was not Tyler Gilpin. Got about halfway as that ball gets by the second baseman, but a good backup by Ashby in left field. And Gilpin was reading that one down, got about halfway to third base and did not go back. I believe with Schultzer being on the run in right field, if Gilpin is able to tag up there, he's probably at third base standing up.
Yeah, he probably is, but, I don't blame him for being where he was, because if that ball's down, you obviously look for that opportunity being at second base to round third and try to score. That was a nice play by Schultzer out there in right field to run that one down.
Ball was trailing away and dying quickly. One down as Ryan Barger steps in. The righty, a walk back in the 2nd inning. Bryson checking back to second. Nobody covering at second. Starts his motion, still looking back at the second base bag. Delivers a strike on the inside corner to Barger. Not a bad crowd here tonight at P.O. Faulkner. A little bit less than what we saw the other night. But still not a bad crowd as some folks taking in some live local sports. Hard to find these days.
Yeah, absolutely. And we encourage you whenever the Hornets are in town and you get the chance, come on over. P.O. Faulkner is a beautiful facility. Aaron Byler has done a great job. The coaching staff here at Martinsburg over the past several years, even before Byler, so much has been done, and he has just added to that to turn this into such a beautiful complex.
The 0-1's a breaking ball in for strike 2 as Barker watched that one go by.
So you got a great facility. You're going to see some very good baseball with some players from all over the Eastern Panhandle.
And don't forget the most important part.
And that was it. Save the best for last. Bring a little cash with you and your appetite, because you got to stop down at Fat Jack's Barbecue. The truck is right in behind the press box on an angle where they can actually see some of the game while serving some very good either we've had the chicken and the pork nachos.
I think there's got to be some brisket tonight, right? We've had 2 of the 3. Beggars can't be choosers.
I am not sure what they've brought. I know John says get the hot dog as well. They've got the jumbo dogs down there that are excellent.
Little visit to the mound. Now the 0-2 is a breaking ball. That one, Barger ducks out of the way. Ends up cutting a bit inside of him. Not sure the bailout was needed. Wanted to make sure he didn't get nicked by one. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
It looked good.
Bryson looks in, gets that sign out of the stretch. Ready with that 1-2. Here's the delivery. That one bouncing about 4 feet in front of the plate, getting by the catcher and moving with ease. To third is Tyler Gilpin on the wild pitch.
And that's a big wild pitch as it advances that base runner to just 60 feet away. And now if Barger can just get it into the outfield somewhere, an opportunity to bring home a run.
About 90 feet, actually.
Was he? Yeah, 90. My apologies. I'm still thinking Little League this time of year.
It is this time of year. We should be calling Little League this time of year. Certainly has the humidity to be calling Little League this time of year.
Yeah.
Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gilpin standing 90 feet away at third base. Here comes that 2-2 pitch. That one again low in the dirt. And the catcher gets a bit of the glove on it to keep it in front of him again. Not sure who the catcher is behind the plate now. No numbers on the back of these jerseys. It was Eli Hott. We believe he's now standing at second base.
And now in on the fringe of the infield grass as they'll try to cut down the run at the plate if they can.
Here comes the payoff pitch on the 3-2 from Trey Bryson. It's a fastball called strike 3 on the inside corner, and Barger goes down on strikes looking.
Big pitch for Bryson. Great job. He needed that out, and he got it. And now a chance to get out of the inning and strand that go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Just giving you a hard time, man. You did the same for me.
I remember one time, well, several times, but the first time was the time that you went, okay, I need to be prepared better the next time we go.
Chase Anderson, the lefty with the open stance, steps in. First pitch to him, low and inside. Good backhanded stab by the catcher to keep it in front. Ball 1.
The Hagerstown Suns used to invite media over, and they would do a media softball tournament on the field. And while they would set up the fake mound that they use out in front of the mound for a regular softball pitch, you would play with the 90-foot base paths.
The 1-0, low and inside. Ball 2. To the right fielder, Chase Anderson.
There's nothing quite like being used to that church league softball in the 60, 65-foot base path, and you hit a ground ball and you're running and you're like, I'm not there yet, and you're running and you're going, I'm still not there yet, and you realize the difference between 60 and 90 feet. It's several steps and a throw out.
And the difference between a single and a double in 90-foot bases.
Oh,
that's one of the biggest differences is stretching that single into a double.
Not even a thought. It was station-to-station softball.
Bryson looks in, gets the pitch he wants. Here comes that 2-over delivery to Anderson. That one inside, ball 3.
I'll be honest with you, it was fun. I would like to see some slow-pitch softball on 90-foot base paths on a regular basis. Keeps the scoring down, so you don't get the 20
run. 25
to
20 games.
No, it makes for a very interesting game, frankly.
3 balls, no strikes. And the 3-0 does catch the outside corner as Anderson, I don't think, was taking that bat off the shoulder other than for aesthetics.
Clearly not as interesting as Ukrainian table tennis.
Apparently not. I don't know how many people are betting on church league softball. No, I'm sure somewhere in the country there's some money under the table with those. Anderson takes a cut at the 3-1, fouls it off down the third base line. Count now runs full to the second consecutive batter here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Tied at 1. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Tyler Gilpin 90 feet away from being the run to go ahead here for the Hornets. Chase Anderson trying to make that happen, or at least trying to extend this inning. Here comes that 3-2 pitch. Again, fouled off. Good battle by Anderson. Going on with Trey Bryson right now.
I got to find a way to get him in. A leadoff double for Gilpin on that ball deep into left field that Ashby just didn't get a real good read on, and you hate to have a leadoff double and not be able to bring him in.
Bryson wanted to win this battle and have his first inning go unscathed, at least in the run column, as that 3-2 pitch misses outside. Now 2 runners on, they're at the corners. Here with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Let's see what manager Trip Tobin wants to do here. Will he put that runner in motion at first base? Anderson has some pretty good wheels. Signs good with the bat at the plate with runners at the corners. Anything
2 for 2 on the day is Trey Sign. A couple of singles up the middle in the first inning off the end of the bat. Then a nice shot into left field. his second at-bat. This one, he puts a little too much air under as it goes into center field. Moving over is Ryan Shoemaker, and he will make the catch to end the inning. One runner left in scoring position, 2 left on here in the bottom of the 4th. We'll go to the top of the 5th when we come back. It is Romney 1 and the Hornets 1. This is Hornets baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. We're back in 60 seconds.
Howdy, cowpokes. Do your business cards look like they were designed by a code roper? Well, this cowboy knows the advantage of dealing with folks the old-fashioned way. When you order printed material on the internet, you're stuck with what you get. But when you need printed material to look just right, you want to deal with folks you know. And that's what you'll find at Panhandle Printing and Design. Local folks that have been delivering results for years. They can help with everything from design to production of stationery envelopes, business cards, invitations, vinyl signs, banners, vehicle wraps, and a lot more. They can answer all your printing questions, and you can call them on the phone or hop on your horse and go see them, because they're your one-stop printing shop where they have something for everyone. Panhandle Printing and Design at 124 North Maple Avenue in Martinsburg. Call 304-267-7400. You can even find them online, too, if you want to. If you need printed materials, don't deal with some city slicker you'll never meet. Trust the folks at Panhandle Printing and Design.
Welcome back into P.O. Faulkner Park. Some changes now in the field along within the mound. I believe Thomas Butka is now in right. He will at least take over for Chase Anderson from what we understand in the next at-bat. I believe that means he is in right now. And now on the mound is Caleb Horner. And we talked about the giveaway sign for who we know is on the mound when Trevor Sharp is, and it's the hair coming out of the back of the hat for Horner. Pretty easy to know that it's the brace on the right knee.
Oh, I was thinking the number 11 on the back of the jersey, but no, obvious with the brace on coming back from the football injury last fall. And he has looked good being out there. Certainly been good to see him get back out with the opportunity to play. Let's see how he does on the mound as he becomes the 4th Hornets pitcher. Pitcher number 3, Trevor Sharp, went 2 innings, gave up a run on a hit. He struck out 4 and issued 2 base on balls, and ended up striking out the final 4 batters that he had faced. And actually, he ended up striking out 5 as I mismarked my sheet. So it was 5 Ks, not 4 Ks for Trevor Sharp, as he got a strikeouts to end the 3rd inning and then struck out the side in the 4th. So 4 of his 5 strikeouts, the last guys that he faced.
Thomas Butka in right field now again for Chase Anderson. Expect to see some more substitutions again, 11 on the substitution side of the lineup card. Which again, no complaints in summer baseball when you can get some guys out.
Yeah. Get them out and get them that opportunity on the field when you can.
Tristan Everett to lead off the top of the 5th here for Romney. First pitch from Caleb Horner is hit to the left side. Colin Horwitz up with it at 3rd. Fires across the diamond over to Mason Lance. Good strong throw by Horwitz. 1 retired on 1 pitch for Caleb Horner.
Yeah, nice job. Got it in on his hands, induced that ground ball. Horowitz played the hop well, gathered himself in a strong throw to first to get the out.
And Horowitz been a starter down at Jefferson at the hot corner at 3rd base. Just waiting for that bat to kind of come around consistently. He's locked down at 3rd base. Brady Whitaker now stands in. Or whoever the catcher is right now, I should say.
That's what I'm saying.
The first one to him misses. So the count now 1-0. Here comes that 1-0 pitch from Horner. A check swing, but a called strike 1 at the plate.
For those who are wondering, no numbers on the backs of the jersey tops, as the jerseys right now for Romney, blue T-shirts, so that they all have that same appearance as they are out on the field.
That 1-1 misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike now to our mystery catcher.
Hey, I want to give these guys a ton of credit. I mean, seriously, you're talking about practicing in a hayfield, getting a few practices on a Little League field. I mean, this is a group of players and a coach that just want to get out and play the game of baseball, and you got to applaud them for that effort.
And so far, looked pretty good tonight.
They have. They have. Certainly have pitched and played better defense than committing 8 errors in last night's opener at Winchester.
The 2-1 missed low, bouncing on the plate on the way in. Now the count 3-1. Horner looks in, gets his sign. Now ready out of the windup here is that 3-1. Breaking ball on the inside edge for strike 2. Count now runs full.
Yeah, nice pitch. Not going to give in to the hitter on that 3-1. You'd expect a fastball that might be right down the middle, but didn't give in. Let's see what he comes back with.
Horner ready to go. Here's that payoff pitch on the 3-2. This one fouled right at the plate, bouncing a couple of times, hitting the batter on the right side. And we'll do that 3-2 again.
Came back with that off-speed pitch again. This one a little more out over the plate, though, and fouled off for a strike.
Again, Horner looks in, ready. We'll try this payoff pitch again. Here comes the 3-2. Going with the fastball, called strike 3 on the inside corner.
Yeah, that was a very good pitch. Worked that inside edge, had him fooled, and the strikeout is the second out of the inning.
And I got to give both sides credit here with their pitching stats. The outside corner, the outside edge off the plate has not been given tonight at all. And all the pitchers have done a very good job of working back towards that inside part of the plate, and it's been pretty productive for them so far.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been able to find that location, get that pitch where they've wanted to get it, and we've seen some strikeouts in this one.
All about adapting to the strike zone you're given on any given night. Here's the first pitch to Morgan Little, the third baseman. The lefty steps in, takes ball one outside. That breaking pitch just did not quite break over the heart of the plate, ball one.
Which is still going to start an argument, because even our own Rob Mario at Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 will say, the strike zone is the strike zone. There are rules in baseball.
The 1-0, chop to the second baseman. Barger up the backhand and can't quite come up with it cleanly. Left the ball about where he made first contact with it. Ran right past it, and it's going to, I believe, be an E4, as that was a playable baseball on that right side. Now standing safely at first is Morgan Little.
Yeah, I think in that case, Barger is moving away from first base, reaching out for the backhand, is probably already in his mind thinking about what he has to do to either plant or jump and make that throw. And you take your eye, or at least your mind, off of that ball for just a split second, and it pops in and out of the glove.
Now brings up Matt Kearns. Kearns takes strike one on the fastball from Caleb Horner. Horner now working out of the stretch.
Now back to what Rob would say, right? I mean, the rules of baseball say the strike zone is what? The width of the plate and the height from right underneath of the armpit or so of the batter down to the knees.
The 0-1 lifted into center field. Trey Sign working to his left and hauls it in for out number 3. One runner left on the air from Ryan Barger, but no harm and no foul here in the top of the 5th inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 5th when we come back. It is Romney 1 and the Hornets 1. We're back in 60 seconds.
It's Romney 1 and Hornets 1.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
Now is Connor McDonald.
Yes.
Evan Moreland, Connor McDonald with 2 subs. On the mound is Eli Hott. And at second base, again, is Trey Bryson. So that is our substitutions and our re-entries here in this one.
So Bryson came in, worked 1 inning, did give up a hit, no runs. He would walk 1, and he would strike out 1, able to strand a pair of base runners, and those base runners at first and third.
1-1 here as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning.
John Alderton pulling his best. Abbott and Costello texting the question. Even though he's a foot away from us, instead of speaking, he sends the text to ask who's on first.
Yes.
There you go. There's the answer.
Stepping in, leading off the inning is Ben Bartles, and Bartles sends one off the inside of the bat into shallow center field. Moving back onto this Trey Bryson. Welcome back to second base, Trey. And he makes the catch one pitch, one out. And we've seen that a couple times tonight, Matt.
Yeah, that was a very nice play as he was able to quickly get the read on it, get out there, and even turning his body, almost stumbling a bit as he reached up to make that grab.
Stepping in now is first baseman Mason Lance. Lance, a fielder's choice that got him to first base back in the third inning, and a deep double in his first at-bat. Here is the first pitch from Hott in for strike one.
Now, we were told that early on they were looking to maybe get up to 40 pitches out of Eli Hott, depending on how quickly things work for him here in this fifth. And be anxious to see how deep into this one he'll go.
The 0-1 bounces its way past the catcher, Connor McDonald. And that is now the 1-ball, 1-strike count.
That would mean Connor McDonald would have been the hitter in the number 3 spot in the order back in that fifth inning when we were questioning. We knew it wasn't Whitaker.
If you say so.
That had to have been McDonald.
1-1 to Mason Lance, ripped into center field, and that is a one-out single for the number 3 hitter in the order, the first baseman, number 12, Mason Lance.
Boy, he continues to put the bat on the ball as he is now 2 for 3 in this one after having a 3-for-4 performance in Tuesday's win against the Blue Ridge Generals.
Brady Weaver will now step in. Weaver so far in this one, a walk and a flyout. Lance gets his short lead off of first. Looking in is Hott, getting that sign, now comes set out of the stretch. Weaver, a slightly open stance in the batter's box, takes ball one, high and outside.
Been waiting for Weaver to really put a charge in the baseball.
He did earlier. It was only fouled by about 3 feet.
I know. Yeah, hit that one as high as he did far.
Hott looks in. Takes a couple of quick glances over towards first base and misses this one low and away. Gets by the catcher, McDonald. Moving quickly to second base is Mason Lance, and he will get in on the wild pitch.
Yeah, Hott just seemed to hold on to that one perhaps a little too long as he ended up throwing that one in the dirt, low and outside. Now a chance to take the lead with that go-ahead run in scoring position.
Hott looks in, ready to deliver that 2-0, and here comes that delivery to Brady Weaver, and this is a charge put in one in center field. Shoemaker going back, and he will make the diving catch in center field. Mason Lance had not tagged up. He's going to have to jog back to second base and put a star by that one in your scorebooks, folks. What a catch by Ryan Shoemaker on a very well-hit ball to center field for Brady Weaver.
I'm not sure Weaver got to see that great catch as he was rounding first, and he was about halfway to second when he's just kind of staring out there as Lance is going back to the second base bag and then looks out to center field. Wow, what a grab.
I thought there was no way he was getting that baseball.
No, not when it came off the bat, that's for sure.
And there's that charge you wanted from Brady Weaver.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just a great play for Ryan Shoemaker in center field. Cullen Horowitz now stands in. 0 for 2 on the day, 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him, bounces by the catcher McDonald. Now moving to third is Mason Lance. And again, you're not going to tag up on that hit, but had he tagged up on that hit, that's now the lead for the Hornets. But yeah. I don't think many people are tagging up on a ball scorched that in center field.
You're expecting that one to be down, and you're scoring easily. Yeah, but now for McDonald and Hott, you got to keep a ball in front of you.
Here comes that 1-0, chopped foul down the third base line by Cullen Horowitz. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down here in the bottom of inning number 5. Game scheduled to go 7.
Been a fun one. Well played by both teams.
The Romney Field of Dreams team.
If you build it, they will come. Right now playing in the hayfield. That was a cornfield, though, wasn't it?
It was. 1-1 pitch high and inside to Cullen Horowitz. And that was supposed to take place this year.
Oh, that's
Remember
right.
That? It was the, 25th anniversary?
They were supposed to build like a 3,000-seat area to
in Iowa.
Yeah.
So the Yankees and somebody, I forget who else is playing, but I know the Yankees was one team. And Cullen Horowitz rips one into left field. That's going to be an RBI single with 2 down for Cullen Horowitz. Coming in to score from third is Mason Lance. And the Hornets take a 2-1 lead in the bottom of the 5th.
That was an off-speed pitch, kind of hung out over the plate, and Horowitz waited back on it, turned, got the barrel on it, and ripped that one into left field for the RBI hit. A clutch 2-out base hit to give the Hornets the lead.
We'll now bring up Tyler Gilpin. Gilpin looking to keep this inning going. He had a double to left field. Really had Corey Ashby trying to figure out where that ball was going to come down. Really had trouble tracking that one back in the 4th inning. As Gilpin will send this one to the right side, a little opposite field swing to the second baseman. It's Bryson up with it, fires over to Matt Kearns at first, and the inning is over. 1 run comes across on an RBI single from Cullen Horwitz, scoring Mason Lance. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. When we come back, the Hornets regain lead. It's 2-1 over Romney. We're back in 60 seconds.
One hit, 1 run left on.
Trips Floor Sanding and Berkeley Fashion Flooring has restored hardwood floors and solid premier flooring in this area for over 25 years, providing a wide range of services, including floor sanding and refinishing and floor coverings. When you're looking for reliable professional flooring services from a company you can trust, you can count on us. Schedule a visit to our well-stocked showroom today, then get a free estimate on your flooring project.
TV 10, proudly serving Berkeley and Jefferson counties of West Virginia. Your source for local news, talk, sports, and entertainment. Mario in the mornings from 6 to 8, followed by Eastern Panhandle Talk from 8 to 10. Miller Time Sports from 12 to 1, re-aired at 5 to 6. Check out Law Enforcement Live. Shop for your new home with Open House. Weekly county council meetings. Learn how to cook like a pro in the kitchen with Chef Walden. All the latest high school and college sports. TV 10.
Back into P.O. Faulkner Park. Matt Crawford here along with Matt Miller. John Alderson, our TV 10 cameraman, and Donald Kinney is our studio engineer, doing the tough job of getting this one out to all you folks watching on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, and of course the old-fashioned way on the AM 740 airwaves and the FM 106.5 airwaves.
The tough job's working with us. It's not getting the game out.
As we go to the top of the 6th inning with the Hornets leading 2-1. Back in with the play-by-play duties is Matt Miller.
Matt, thank you. And Caleb Horner will toe the pitching rubber for a 2nd inning. We had James Walsh work an inning to get the start. Ashton Stobbs came in for an inning. Trevor Sharp worked 2. And now Caleb Horner into his 2nd inning. It's Eli Hotz who will stand in to get this top of the 6th. The start at first pitch swinging, grounds it slowly towards first baseman, in on the grass. Lance has it and gets it to the pitcher, covering in time for the outs.
Not an easy play to make. That was a very slow rolling off the inside of the bat, slowly getting down to Mason Lance at first base. Caleb Horner getting over quickly, but a throw little behind him as he was in motion to first base, and only about a step and a half ahead of the runner Eli Hott moving down the line. A very well-executed play that we saw a couple of bobbles on Tuesday night. That was not an easy play on Tuesday night for this Hornets team to make. So a good play that, while it may have looked simple, is not the easiest play to make.
So Corey Ashby, the due batter, and he takes the first pitch down and in for ball 1. 1 down, base is empty. Now a 2-1 Hornets lead. A run in the 1st, a run in the 5th. Romney put a run on the board in the 3rd inning, did that on just 1 hit. Couple of wild pitches in there, helping to advance and eventually score the runner. Ashby takes 2 balls, no strikes. That one is down low. Now that 2-0 on the way. Off-speed pitch taken for a strike. Colin Sulcer would be due next, and then Ryan Shoemaker in the bottom of the order.
Good late movement on that pitch by Caleb Horner. Started on the inside corner, really finished right over the heart of the plate. But the movement's so late, there's really nothing Ashby could do with it.
Now that 2-1, and that time the movement takes it outside, and it misses for ball 3.
And that one's starting over the heart of the plate and trying to paint the corner with that one, although, again, not really sure where that corner is or how far off the edge of the plate that corner is tonight. So not an area you want to live in.
Well, and now the 3-1 pitch missing down low and in. That is ball 4. And it will give a 1-out base runner to Romney. Tying run now on base.
That breaks a 2-inning streak of no walks allowed by Hornets pitching. The first 3 innings, there was at least 1 in each inning. And the 4th and the 5th, a pitcher had not warranted a base on balls for the Hornby Hornets. Now we have one here in the 6th.
Brings up Colin Sulcer, number 8 hitter in the order. He takes down low, ball 1. That is 5 of the last 6 pitches out of the strike zone for Horner after getting Eli Hott on the ground out on the very first pitch of the inning. See if Horner can settle in Ashby the lead over at first. Good secondary lead as the off-speed pitch stays high. It's now 2 balls and no strikes.
Again, good movement left to right on that pitch from Horner. That one just a little too elevated.
Again, it does look like some action in the bullpen behind the dugout off the third base side where the Hornets are located. 2-0 pitch, here it comes. Swing, and may have been a foul tip.
There was a little bit of a ting in there.
Yeah, hung on to by Brady Weaver, and it's a strike, 2-1.
Can't tell these slight foul tips like you could with those BESR bats.
Oh, yeah.
Those things sounded like a home run on a foul tip.
Yeah, that awful ting sound. Horner with that 2-1. Here it comes down low and outside. Getting over, dropping to a knee. Brady Weaver, the catcher, able to block that pitch and keep it in front of him. It holds the runner at first, but the count now 3-1.
I tell you what, there's nothing like a home run sound from one of those BESR bats, man. You knew when you got a hold of one. You heard the home run before you saw it.
Here comes that 3-1 delivery. Fastball right down the middle. Snap throw in behind the runner. Close play as Mason Lance took that one from the catcher Brady Weaver and quickly spun around, but the tag just a bit late.
And that's what makes it a little more of an advantage for a lefty playing first base. You can just quickly apply that tag with the right hand that the glove's on. As a right-handed first baseman, you got to make that spin move.
Now that payoff pitch, the 3-2 on the way, breaks low and outside. That is ball 4. Nice at bat as Sulcer draws the base on balls. And now with 1 out, runners at first and second in the game, tying run in scoring position.
And that's a tough pitch for Sulcer to lay off of. That one, again, the very late movement.
Ryan Shoemaker.
Brings up.
It's the great time of the night tonight.
Ryan Shoemaker. He has reached on a fielder's choice, has struck out swinging. Stands in a key situation as the fastball misses high for ball 1. Thank you again, Jack Bartley, bringing up the nachos. Good stuff. You make all your own sauces, right? Man, it is some good stuff.
Not a bad one in the mix.
Not at all. 1 ball, no strike delivery. Missing down low and outside. Now 2 balls and no strikes. Yeah, definitely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, sorry, there was a baseball game going on. We got distracted by food there for a minute.
Doesn't take much to distract us, and food will definitely do it. Yeah, you got to check them out. Fat Jack's Barbecue, located in Inwood, and then look for the truck when they are out and about. Look them up online. You'll find their Facebook page and can check out the menu. Some very good eats, and thank you for providing that for us here in the broadcast booth. Breaking pitch on the 2-0, taken for a strike. Now 2-1 to Shoemaker.
And a much-needed strike thrown for Caleb Horner. Did not want to go behind in the count 3-0 after back-to-back walks.
And I think this pitch just
as
equally important, yeah. You don't want to go 3-1. Which would be, what, the 3rd straight batter that you've done that with?
Correct.
Here comes the pitch in on his hands. Shoemaker fights it off, fouls it back. I believe that one did get over the screen and out of play. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. So now Horner with another key pitch with 1 out and 2 on. A 2-1, Hornets lead, tying run at second, and the go-ahead run at first.
And if Horner can get through this inning, thank you. Expect maybe Dylan McCartney to come back in the 7th. Again, his last year at Jefferson, he was if he's in the lineup.
I was going to say, I'm looking at that roster sheet just to
there
make
is a
sure.
Dylan McCartney on the substitute side, and really kind of evolved later in high school into that closer role for Coach John Lowry Sr. at Jefferson.
2-2 pitch, and Shoemaker able to get the end of the bat on it and foul it out of play. First base side, it holds 2-2.
And wasn't quite a close situation on Tuesday, but it did come in the last inning to get the final 3 outs.
He had 12-5, a few too many runs to be considered
bit of a buffer,
a save.
What is it? Is it 3 runs, 4 runs?
I think it's 3.
Is it 3? Okay. It was either 3 or 4.
Or I believe if you get the final 6 outs.
Yes.
Here comes that 2-2 up and in and hit him with the pitch. That one got away from Caleb Horner. Clearly not what he wanted to do with a 2-2 delivery. Shoemaker taking that one in the back. And he will head to first, hit by the pitch. And Caleb Horner has put himself in a whole heap of trouble. As you now have Ashby at third, Sulcer at second, Shoemaker at first. The bases are loaded with just 1 away, and we're back to Trey Bryson at the top of the order.
Well, I hope Caleb Horner was watching when Bryson came up the last time. When Trevor Sharp was on the mound, Bryson could not catch up to the fastball. And hopefully Weaver's going, hey, let's throw fastballs here. But the first one is an off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, down low and outside. Nice job by Weaver getting over to his knees and able to block that pitch. The runners hold. Just one out in the inning. Corner infielders are in. Middle infielders are back. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball missing down low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Brady Weaver asks for time, and the catcher out to try to settle things down a little bit for Caleb Horner. Again, action in the bullpen behind the Hornets' third base dugout. See how much longer the evening goes for Horner. If he can get out of this jam, right now a 2-1 lead, but the bases are loaded with just 1 out, and the count to Trey Bryson is at 2 balls and no strikes.
Can't quite tell who's warming up in the bullpen.
Bryson walked in the first and had a ground out on a comebacker in the second. And swings here and grounds one towards the second baseman. Barger's got it, goes to short for 1, and the relay throw too high, and a run will score. And here comes another as that throw ends up going to the fencing in foul territory. So Ashby is able to come home, and score on the ground ball to second. And then Salser, who was at second, able to motor around and score on the throwing error as the Hornets tried to turn the double play. And just like that, Romney has the lead now 3-2.
And a tough play to make for Ryan Barger in the middle infield. Was able to get the first out, flipping it to Jack Reisenweber, and Reisenweber just overthrew what is a tall target at first base in Mason Lance. And just like that, Matt, another game with some late inning heroics.
So you've got Shoemaker, as we look, wiped out at the second base bag on the fielder's choice that goes 4-6 for the second out of the inning. Trey Bryson now at first, and Tristan Everett, the due batter. Ashby and Salser both scoring. Here comes the pitch, and the fastball is up and in for ball 1. And this is the first time either team has been able to dent the scoreboard for more than 1 run. 2 runs scoring now in this top of the 6th inning for Romney. Everett has been hit by a pitch, has singled, and has grounded out to third. He takes an off-speed pitch down low, and it's 2-1. And how many times do we talk about walks coming back to hurt you? The 2 runs that scored, each reaching on a pair of 1-out base on balls. Shoemaker, who was hit by a pitch, was erased at second. Bryson aboard on the fielder's choice at first with 2 outs and the pitch taken for a strike. Now 2-1.
And man, we just got a strike call in the outside corner.
We did.
About 2 inches off the plate. First one we've seen all night.
Yeah, certainly have not seen that outside corner as much as the inside part of the plate. Next delivery, breaking pitch, and the batter cannot hold up. Tristan Everett goes through the zone, and the count now 2-2.
The big pitch here. You got to get out of the inning if you're Caleb Horner. Can't extend this one. 2 runs have come across. Just got to get out of the inning and give your guys the bat here in the bottom half of the 6th.
7, 8, and 9 will be due for the Hornets when they come to the plate. Off-speed pitch taken for a called strike 3. That's a nice pitch from Caleb Horner.
And did just that. Got out of the inning, but the damage done here as the Romney squad takes the lead for the first time in this ball game.
Well, they're able to do it without the benefit of a hit. You had a couple of walks, a hit by pitch, a fielder's choice ground ball in which 1 run scores, and an error on that same play allows the second run to score. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 6 after a 60-second break with your score now, Romney 3 and your Hornby Hornets 2. Yikes, and away.
Hi, this is Eric from Hagerstown Ford. I keep telling you that Hagerstown Ford has completely changed the car buying experience forever. And with a return policy easier than Walmart, Hagerstown Ford has a goal to deliver 350 cars and trucks per month. And when I say deliver, I mean deliver to you, where you are, just like Amazon does. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. The only way Hagerstown Ford can accomplish this extremely aggressive goal is to make the car buying process fast and easy. We simply refuse to play the dumb back and forth games that most dealerships want to play. There's absolutely no reason for you to waste your precious time at a car dealership. I assure you, there is no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. that can beat our price. There's no dealership that will allow you to return your new car if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely has the best price, and we'll bring the car to you. And if you don't want it, return it, period. No questions asked. There's no reason to buy anywhere else. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience and get your new ride delivered to you.
Contact dealer for details.
At P.O. Faulkner Park, John Alderton breaking out the phone and the camera to take pictures of the barbecue nachos.
Oh, and it's tasty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like to chew on the air, but that's worth it.
We don't like you to chew on the air either, by the way.
Thank you.
But that's all right.
Sure,
So,
making some people hungry at home, too.
oh, my. It is some good stuff.
That's why you got to get down here.
Yep.
Not only the good baseball, but the good food as well with the pulled pork barbecue.
Fun to be at the ballpark, no doubt about it. Jack Reisenweber getting things started for Martinsburg, and no, I'll take that, Martinsburg, for the Hornby Hornets. We're at the home field of Martinsburg, and now with food and everything else, my brain is not functioning properly. We had a pop-up foul out of play off the third base side. That is strike one.
That was a 16, correct?
I thought it was an 18.
An 18? Well, you're SOL if that's an 18.
Well, thank you very much. Then maybe it was a 16, and my eyes have deceived me.
No, that's an 18. And there is no 18. Oh, yeah, it's Reisenweber.
It is Reisenweber?
It is Reisenweber.
He is wearing 18.
He is, not 24.
Okay, because early on we had the number 24. So it is Reisenweber at the plate, and the next pitch to him bounces in the dirt, and it's 1-1 strike. See what barbecue does to you? Messes you up completely.
Oh, it's Reisenweber wearing the Martinsburg batting helmet. Is that what fooled you when you saw the foul ball? Was the black and orange helmet and the fact that we're at P.O. Faulkner and it says Bulldog Baseball?
Might have triggered it as well. 1-1 pitch, a wave and a miss this time by Reisenweber. Count now at 1-2 strikes. Good pitch from Hott. Really had him off balance. Hott working from the windup from the first base side of that pitching. Rubber misses down and in. Bounces away from the catcher, and it's 2-2 strikes. I believe Hott pitched in one of those sectional games that we called down at Jefferson a couple of years ago.
Hot boys. Wow, that came out really bad. There was multiple brothers with the last name of Hott.
All right.
Cousins or
2-2 pitch in on his hands. Reisenweber grounds it on the right side of the infield. Second baseman Trey Bryson up with it, and the throw on to Kearns at first for out number one. I hear you talking about Hot Boys. I get
it. That's 4 a.m. for you folks.
All right.
Jeez.
So Ryan Barger, now the due batter.
But instead it'll be Ryan Fry.
Okay, there you go. So Ryan Fry with a chance to swing the bat here in this bottom half of inning number 6, batting in the number 8 spot in the order, up with the bases empty, 1 down, and now the Hornets trailing 3-2. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up. That one out into right center field. Long run for the center fielder moving in and to his left, and eventually Ryan Shoemaker gets there and makes the play.
Quick inning so far, just 6 pitches to get through the first 2 batters.
And now we'll see Thomas Budka, who will swing the bat.
I believe Chase Anderson back in the game. It is.
There you go. So Budka had gone out into the field defensively, we were told a couple of innings ago.
And we're told that he was going to hit for Anderson. Apparently manager Trip Tobin has some other thoughts in mind.
Yep, the re-entry of Chase Anderson, who will take strike 1. Anderson with a pop-out into shallow center in the second inning, caught by the center fielder, and then had a walk and was left stranded in the 4th inning. Base is empty. 2 down. He square shows bunt and bunts it foul as that one ticked off the end of the bat and rolls in behind the plate. Picked up by Connor McDonald. He'll get it back out to the pitcher Eli Hott. Count holds 0-2. Well, again, if Hott was scheduled to throw up to 40 pitches, the way he's going right now, you'd expect him out in the bottom of the 7th inning if we do indeed have that bottom of the 7th. Anderson awaiting that 0-2 delivery. Swing and a foul ball back out of play third base side. We'll do it again.
It would be a heck of a 2-out rally here to not see that bottom half of the 7th inning.
Stranger things have happened.
Much. Especially in the game of baseball.
Absolutely.
This game is full of strange things.
Too much time being taken by Hott, and so Anderson steps out. Plate umpire Travis Havermail granting that time. Buck Hoffmaster, our umpire on the bases. The 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Down and in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left-handed hitting Chase Anderson. Trey Sign out of the top of the order, waiting in the on-deck circle.
He's been productive. Like to see Chase Anderson get on. So far, Trey Sign a couple of singles today.
1-2 pitch fouled out of play. Anderson doing a nice job battling in there. After being down in the count, 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes as he awaits that next pitch from Eli Hott.
Well, this will be the 6th pitch of this at-bat. He saw 7 pitches in the 4th when he drew the walk, and 4 in the 2nd inning, so he's not gone down quickly.
And we've seen him at times in his career at Jefferson in that leadoff spot.
Yeah. So he's got the productivity to be a leadoff guy, and you got to like that production at the bottom of the order. And again, we have time taken at the plate.
It's a cat-mouse game. Hott really taking his time, getting those signs from McDonald, and now ready to go with another 1-2 delivery. Here it comes, and it misses inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tough pitch to take. Looked like Anderson was coiling or uncoiling, ready maybe to swing as he kind of stepped that front foot back and took it off the inside corner. Bases empty with 2 outs. That 2-2 pitch on the way. And that one's on the inside corner for a called strike 3. Anderson a little frustrated, I think more with himself for taking that pitch as opposed to where that location was. That strikeout going to be the first for Eli Hott, and he is able to set down the Hornets in order in their half of the 6th. We're going to the 7th and final inning of regulation, and for Romney, they'll have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up, and right now they hold a 3-2 lead. We're back in 60 seconds.
For new car dealerships and for used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Eastern Panhandle Talk with Rob Mario and David Welch.
Are you trying to create controversy more so than we already have?
Responding to the people.
I see. Okay.
That's what I do.
I think you're stirring it up.
I'm kind of a big deal. That's right. That would be the root cause of the stir.
Know what? I'm not paying that fine.
Just got doubled.
What? For?
Denial.
Why? Oh, denial.
Denial. You have the money. You have 17 jobs.
Yeah, but none of them pay well.
Weekdays at 8 a.m. on TV10.
The Hornets, as Nick Reeves will become the 5th pitcher of the evening, taking over for Caleb Horner. Horner worked to 2 innings, gave up 2 runs, but did not give up a hit. He struck out 2, but Matt, the issue, 2 walks and a hit batter.
Yeah, and again, it was a very solid 5th inning when he came in. The only base runner allowed was on an error over at second base, and really just struggled to find the strike zone once he got into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th batter of the inning. After that, he settled in, got a ground ball out, and it was an error that allowed that 2nd run to come across, or this would be a tie ball game at 2 right now. So really just a couple of batters. The difference between what would have been a really strong outing and really not a bad outing, but just kind of an average outing for Caleb Horner.
Well, and now the goal for Nick Reeves, make sure the 1-run deficit does not grow any, as the Hornets will have the last at bat in the bottom of the 7th inning in the top of the order to try to get it started. But first you got to get through this top half of the 7th, and that means the number 3 hitter, Connor McDonald, to get it started. A left-hander ready, and the first pitch from Reeves on the inside part of the plate for strike 1. McDonald swung in that 5th inning, ended up going down looking at a 3-2 pitch. Had a pretty tough at-bat, but eventually went down. That was against Caleb Horner. This pitch from Reeves misses high. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So the middle of the order for Romney, trying to get an insurance run or more on the board right now with that 3-2 lead. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball stays high. 2 balls and a strike.
And now Coach Lowry has used every one of the pitchers that he wanted available tonight. Not sure his plan was to use all of them, but knew he had all these guys available for tonight.
Swing and a miss at that 2-1 pitch, and a big swing by McDonald. He'll gather his thoughts and then step back in again. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Morgan Little and then Matt Kearns due next. The lefty ready, and the pitch misses high. It's 3-2. You're looking at 2, 4, 6 walks and 2 hit batters allowed this evening by Hornet pitching. There have been 3 base on balls allowed by Romney pitching. 3-2 delivery on the way, and there is ball 4. That's got to be a little frustrating right now for John Lowry Jr. and for manager Trip Tobin, and giving up that many base runners.
And again, talking with both of them before the game, they thought this was going to be a very strong night for their pitching staff. I think they wanted more than just an inning out of James Walsh, but came out and really struggled to find the strike zone in that first inning. Ashton Stobbs only able to give 1 inning. Didn't have a bad outing.
No.
So it'd be interesting to see if there was a little bit of arm tightness or something that maybe was the reason he didn't come back out, or whether he's being saved for this weekend.
I was just going to think, with a day off tomorrow and then a lot of action, 23 innings of baseball coming in a 9-inning game on Saturday and a doubleheader on Sunday, I wonder if that was a little bit of the thinking. Morgan Little standing in, bounces the first pitch foul off the first base side, count 0-1.
Guess we'll have that answer as to who's starting on Saturday. If it is Ashton Stobbs, then guess it was option number 2 there.
Or perhaps one of the 2 games in the doubleheader on Sunday, as the Hornets will go to Arlington, Virginia for a 9-inning game Saturday, into Morgantown for a doubleheader Sunday. Little able to lay off of the 0-1 pitch. It misses low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Morgan Little, third baseman, has an infield single, a walk, and has reached on an error, so has been on base all 3 times that he has been up. Batting here with a runner at first and nobody out. Reeves, the left-hander, will step and throw. Low throw over to first. Dug out of the dirt nicely by Lance, who applies a tag to the base runner, but he was already back.
That's what you're taught to do. No matter what, just always give him a tap on the back.
Let him know you're there.
Yep.
Again, that 1-1 pitch due. Reeves to the plate, and it misses well outside. Nice stab by Brady Weaver. Reaching out to make sure he brought that one in, then spinning and looking towards first. 2-1 the count. Still those twilight skies.
Beautiful night here at the ballpark.
Yeah, absolutely. This game just slightly better than 2 hours old right now. 2 ball, 1 strike pitch on the way. That one down low. It does get away from Brady Weaver, and that is going to advance the base runner. That one apparently got tangled up briefly, or at least ricocheted through the legs of our plate umpire Travis Havermail, and Weaver quickly spinning, looking for that ball down low, and it was over towards the backstop. Wild pitch, pass ball. However, it's scored. The count goes 3-1, and the base runner is already in scoring position at second.
I think that one probably goes to the pass ball, not in the dirt and not overly out of the way either side.
The 3 ball, 1 strike pitch. Here it comes. That one is in the dirt for ball 4. Weaver blocks that pitch, holding the runner at second. And the first 2 have reached in this 7th inning, and they have reached on base on balls. Now you go back to that 6th inning, and the 2 runs that scored that are the difference in this one right now, that erased a 2-1 deficit and put Romney in front 3-2. Those guys that scored reached on walks.
There is some action going on right now in the Hornets bullpen, it looks like. Again, some wind screens by that bullpen. The visiting bullpen in the field of play, much easier to see what the action is in that bullpen.
Matt Kearns is the batter, swings at the first pitch and lines it down into that left field corner, and this will bring home a run. McDonald being waved around. Out in left field, Tyler Gilpin getting it in quickly. Stopping at third is Little, and standing at second with the RBI double is Matt Kearns. Another run on the board as Romney now leads 4-2.
That was a ball that was left right over the heart of the plate by Nick Reeves, and a very good job by Kearns to just turn on that pitch and rope one into left field. That was an easy run scored and a stand-up double, and with still no outs in the inning, 2 runners still in the pond.
On a chance for Eli Hott to help himself. He has been pitching the last 2 innings, and I'm imagining would be out there to try to close this one out. He's at about a 25 pitch count So we'll see if he toes the pitching rubber when the Hornets come to the plate in the bottom of the 7th inning. Hot 0 for 2 has drawn a base on balls, sandwiched in between a strikeout and a ground out to the first baseman with pitcher covering. Takes a breaking pitch from Reeves, and that one misses for ball 1. A pair of walks and an RBI double. A run is in, 2 more in scoring position, and the Hornets draw the infield in. They'll try to cut that run down at the plate if they can. Brady Weaver's got to remember it's not a force out either. This is not a bases loaded situation as the pitch is in the dirt outside. Weaver blocks that pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. If there is a play at the plate, you've got to apply the tag to the runner trying to score. They've taken the collision out of the game, which is a good thing for catchers. This pitch misses high. It's 3 balls and no strikes. So you don't have to worry about getting barreled over. Just got to make sure you get that tag on that base runner.
You got to wonder what the leash is right now. Nick Reeves hasn't gotten it out yet in this inning. 1 run already across and 1 pitch away from juicing the bases here.
3 ball, no strike delivery. Took a little something off and put that one right down the middle. Hot was taking all the way. It's 3-1. Now you got to imagine the green light is on.
But nice to see there are still some batters and coaches that have the traditionalist views that you take on a 3-0.
3-1 delivery. He does have the green light, and it's a swing and a fly ball into medium left center field. Charging in on it, making the grab is Trey Sign. He's going to fire through to the plate, and the runners all hold. Nice play by Trey Sign. Charging hard, getting over into shallow left center field, and making that grab to get the first out of the inning, and no one coming home to score.
I don't know if you could see it from your angle, but that ball was about an inch away from popping out of the glove of Trey Sign in center field. You could see the white of the baseball.
That was the snow cone catch.
As he was coming up. I know wanting to get his hand in there to make the quick relay throw to home, but that ball very close to popping out. Good job watching it all the way in by Trey Sign, and a good throw to keep the runners where they are.
Brings up Corey Ashby. First pitch swinging, lines it over the head of Mason Lance, the first baseman, leaping up into the air. Just didn't quite have enough height to get to it, and 2 runs will score as Little easily crosses from third. Kearns will come around from second. That is a base hit and 2 runs batted in for Corey Ashby. 3 runs have scored in the inning, and it's now a 6-2 Romney lead.
Not the top of the 7th that Coach Tobin wanted, or that Nick Reeves wanted.
Yeah.
Was able to get it out, hoping to get some momentum going from what was a good play in center field from Trey Sign. Hope to get some momentum from that one. And Corey Ashby driving one the other way. And a tough play for Mason Lance, who was almost fully extended, had that one go off of his glove.
Well, the first pitch to Sulcer misses down and in. That will be ball 1.
That's Tyler Gilpin at shortstop.
So 1 ball and no strikes is the count. Sulcer awaits. Here comes that next delivery. That one on the inside corner for a strike. It did get away from the catcher. Weaver with the throw down and in time to get him. Very nice play as Barger was able to field that throw and apply the tag and get Ashby at second base for the second out of the inning. Count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And apparently it is Tyler Gilpin at shortstop, not Jack Reisenweber right now. Don't know when that switch occurred.
Swing and a miss at the 1-1 pitch. Now at a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs now in the inning. Bases empty. 6-2 is the lead right now for Romney. Sulcer at the plate, awaiting that 1-2 delivery. Reeves looking to finish this inning, but cannot do it as the pitch misses high. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Gilpin has come in from left now to play at second base.
Shortstop.
Pardon me, thank you, shortstop. Breaking pitch misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes now the count. Reeves having trouble finding that out pitch. Got ahead of the hitter, but Sulcer has been patient. And now the payoff pitch is due. Already a pair of walks in the inning. See if Reeves can find the strike zone. He does, and it's lifted in the air into right center field. Ranging over to his left and making the play, center fielder Trey Sign pulls it in, and the side is retired. Still, the damage is done. 3 runs cross the plate, and as the Hornets come to bat in the bottom of the 7th inning, they're in need of at least 4 runs to keep it going, and 5 for the walk-off victory. They'll have the top of the order, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters do. After 6, we take a 60-second break with your score, Romney 6 and the Hornets 2.
Howdy, cowpokes. Do your business cards look like they were designed by a coat roper? Well, this cowboy knows the advantage of dealing with folks the old-fashioned way. When you order printed material on the internet, you're stuck with what you get. But when you need printed material to look just right, you want to deal with folks you know. And that's what you'll find at Panhandle Printing and Design. Local folks that have been delivering results for years. They can help with everything from design to production of stationery envelopes, business cards, invitations, vinyl signs, banners, vehicle wraps, and a lot more. They can answer all your printing questions, and you can call them on the phone or hop on your horse and go see them, because they're your one-stop printing shop where they have something for everyone. Panhandle Printing and Design at 124 North Maple Avenue in Martinsburg. Call 304-267-7400. You can even find them online, too, if you want to. If you need printed materials, don't deal with some city slicker you'll never meet. Trust the folks at Panhandle Printing and Design.
Tough. Top half of inning number 7, 3 runs put on the board by Romney, and now for the Hornby Hornets, they got to try to mount a rally in the bottom half of inning number 7, top of the order to get it started. Trey Sign, a couple of singles and a fly out to center, slides the hand up the barrel of the bat as if to bunt, but takes the pitch. It's high ball 1. Sign singled in the first and again in the third. Came around to score in that first inning. Had a stolen base in that half inning as well. Then a fly out to center in the 4th inning. Takes this pitch a bit down and in. Pardon me, 2 balls and no strikes. I mismarked my sheet there just a second ago. 2-0 is the count.
Can't be doing that.
2-0, and again, he acts like he may want to try to bunt, but takes that pitch that misses up and in. 3 balls and no strikes.
Yeah, good eye for Sinaloa. He's pulling back almost as the pitcher's releasing. So just showing the bunt rather than squaring around.
Eli Hott able to get that outside corner that we haven't seen a lot in this one.
Said, you want to bunt this one? Here you go. Fastball. Strike.
3-1 now the count. 3-1 delivery. Here it comes. Fastball again along that outside edge. Count has gone full, 3-2.
Strike zone expanding a little bit as this game's gone on, especially in these later innings.
Now you got to adjust as a hitter at the plate. Payoff on the way, and there's a slow bouncing ball in the hole, cut off by the third baseman. Little with the throw to first, throws it too high, and that will be an error, allowing Trey Sign to reach it first. And let's see if that can get the Hornby Hornets going.
And Little had to make that. He could not plant his feet. He had to make that throw on the run, and you take that calculated risk, because if the throw's on the money, it signs out by a step and a half. But unfortunately, just airmailed that one, and Kearns over at first base didn't even make an attempt to jump for that one, just turned around and went to go get the baseball because he knew that one was airmailing him.
Romney with their 6 runs on just 4 hits in this one, taking advantage of walks and a couple of errors for the Hornets. Let's see if the Hornets now can take advantage of an error. Ben Bartles squaring around showing bunt, but he takes a pitch that misses up and away for ball 1. Well, the Hornets got to Hott in his first inning in that 5th inning, able to score a run on a pair of singles. Trying to mount a rally right now, down 6-2, final at bat for the Hornets, and there is a strike to Bartles as the count evens 1-1.
And we had made the statement, as long as consistency is behind the plate, it's fine, but it's tough for pitchers and hitters to adjust when a strike zone hasn't, or a certain area of the strike zone hasn't been called all night, and all of a sudden, the last inning and a half, the edge of that strike zone off the plate has become wider and wider. That's tough to adjust to.
Count now at 2 balls and a strike as that 1-1 pitch missing to Ben Bartles. He is 0 for 3 on the night, has struck out looking, bounced into a 6-4 fielder's choice, and last time up popped out to the second baseman. Swings and bounces this one slowly down the third baseline, as good as a swinging bunt, and Eli Hott, the pitcher, will get over to pick it up. He turns to first and throws behind the runner at second. Sign able to get back there. Bartles has an infield base hit, and the Hornets have something going with the first 2 on.
Hey, down by 4, last at bat. Any way you can get on is a good way to get on. An infield single, you said, is as good as a swinging bunt. All the Little League coaches, when you're growing up, draw that little square about halfway down the third base line and go, if you can bunt it right here, you're moving the guy over, and you're probably standing on first base. That's about where that ball ended up, about 45 feet up that third base line.
Yep, couldn't have placed it any better. And now it brings up the very dangerous Mason Lance.
Lance has only gone 2 for 3 on the day. Had a towering double in the first inning.
Takes a fastball on that outside corner for a called strike one. The at-bat underway with Hotz out in front.
I say that only sarcastically. He's been tearing the leather off the baseball as of late.
Yeah, 5 hits in 7 at-bats over the last 2 games. And 7 runs driven in. A grand slam home run in the rally win on Tuesday. Swings and misses at this breaking pitch. That one inside. And he went after it, trying to golf that one out of here. 0-2 the count. Now he'll step out, kind of gather his thoughts. Dig back into that right-hand batter's box. Brady Weaver due next. Nobody out, 2 on. Bottom of the 7th inning. 5 runs over the last 2 at-bats have Romney in front 6-2. Swinging a foul ball out of play down the right field line. And it holds no balls and 2 strikes.
And, Matt, you know that Brady Weaver wants to get up in a big situation. He absolutely scorched one his last time up. It was a fantastic play made by Ryan Shoemaker in center field on a diving catch. You know he's looking for another cut of the bat.
So the 0-2 pitch due and time taken by the batter. Lance stepping out again, gathering his thoughts. Trying to make Eli Hott think about it a little bit as well, as an 0-2 pitch is due. The runners with their leads at first and second. Kearns playing behind the runner at first with 2 on. Here's the pitch. Fastball high. Pops in and out of the mitt of Connor McDonald, and both runners will move up. That'll be a pass ball, putting 2 in scoring position. Right now, neither one of those base runners are extremely important, right? They can score as long as you can get 3 outs, and you still end up with that 6-4 victory. So don't lose focus right now.
Yeah, at this point, you're still in the position that you can trade a run for each out you make.
That's it.
Still win by 1. That's the attitude you got to have on the mound. Just can't let 1 or 2 runs with no outs fester into more.
The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch. Here it comes. A swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Grabbing that one is the catcher. He'll step out in front of the plate, make the throw to first, return throw through to the plate, not in time. As Sign with a head-first dive, able to get the hand in ahead of the tag of Eli Hotz.
Good heads-up base running, and a great job by McDonald behind the plate. Did a very good job of hesitating enough, making that runner wait at third. But a very good heads-up piece of base running by Trey Sign at third base.
So a strikeout on a pitch in the dirt, and the run scores as a result of that pitch in the dirt. The out is recorded at first, and with that throw through to the plate, Ben Bartles has moved into scoring position, or closer to scoring now at third base. He was already in position out at second.
But again, if you're Eli Hott, it's fine. You traded a run for an out.
That's it.
You're still in the driver's seat.
6-3 is the score right now, with Romney out in front and Brady Weaver taking ball 1 off that outside corner. Cullen Horowitz in the on-deck circle. The 1-0 pitch to the plate, swinging a pop-up on the right side of the infield. That is Trey Bryson at second, who will step about to the middle portion of the dirt and make that catch for out number 2.
And that one, that out hurts.
Yep.
For the Hornets. He had Brady Weaver come up again, one of the power hitters in the power spot in the lineup, the cleanup spot. Again, torched one into center field that last at-bat in the 5th. And you could tell, taking a hardy cut at that one, sending it sky high. Just couldn't get it out of the infield.
So now 2 down, a runner at third, a run in. The Hornets down by 3, 6-3, and it brings up Cullen Horowitz. First pitch of the at-bat, high and tight for ball 1. And the Hornets trying to stay above 500. 3-2 coming into this one. A loss would drop them to 3-3. For Romney, they're looking to get to an even 500 as they played their first game yesterday. Here's a pitch in there for a strike. That's on that outside edge, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Horowitz had an RBI single in the 5th inning, 1 for 3, a pair of strikeouts before that.
Bartle's got to make sure he's getting a decent secondary lead. He's got to be able to score on a ball in the dirt.
Swing and a miss as the count moves to a ball and 2 strikes on Horowitz. That one popped in and out of the mid of Connor McDonald. Rolled a little bit up the third base line. He grabs it, gives it back to Eli Hott. Gives a little extra pump of the hand before giving it back to him. Kind of get the idea going, all right, you got him now. It's 1-2. Let's go get him and get that final out and get the victory. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch, 2. Hott looks at the runner at third. Here comes that pitch, and it's a ground ball towards the shortstop. Ranging over and picking it up is Everett, and his throw down low gets by the first baseman, and the run will score as Ben Bartles crosses from third. 2 are in the inning. The deficit cut to 2 runs at 6-4. See how that one might get scored as an infield base hit and a run batted in for Horowitz. That was a very tough play. I don't know that the throw was going to get him anyway.
And Everett made a good play on that baseball. Really, Morgan Little, his teammate at third base, made that much harder than it needed to be. I don't want to say it was a routine ground ball, still hit relatively slow to the shortstop, but Little coming right across the front of Tristan Everett.
Yeah, I thought Little was going to take it as he was cutting over. Decided not to, and that made it a tough play for Tristan Everett. So we've marked it an infield hit and a run batted in, and now Tyler Gilpin takes ball 1. Gilpin representing the tying run as the Hornets down 6-4. Here's the pitch, and it is cued off the end of the bat, foul in behind the plate. Count now at a ball and a strike.
Staying alive. Tying run at the plate. Still a little ways to go for Horowitz to get around and score, but you're staying alive with 2 outs. That's all that matters right now.
That's it. Put
Keep
it in play somewhere. Gilpin had a double back in the 4th inning, 1 for 3 in the contest. Now that 1-1 pitch. That pitch low and outside. 2 balls and a strike. 6-4. Romney with the lead, putting 5 of their 6 runs on the board in their last 2 at-bats. The Hornets scored 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 5th, and they've put 2 on the board in this final at-bat. Pitch misses high on the 2-1. It's now 3 balls and a strike. And Hott is in danger of putting the tying run on base. Jack Reisenweber would be due to hit next. And that is Jack. I'm paying attention. I know that. Here's the pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 2. Once again, a pitch that throughout the game, at least early on, was not being given to the pitcher, now being given to the pitcher as this game has gone along. And
again, hitters are getting accustomed to that too.
Got to protect the plate here. The 3-2 pitch, there goes the runner, and the pitch down low and outside, that's ball 4. Gilpin shows a good eye to draw the walk, puts runners at first and second, tying runs on base as Reisenweber gets ready to stand in. But first, a visit to the mound from manager Josh Crawford. No relation that we know of to our own Matt Crawford.
Don't believe I have any relatives in that neck of the woods. At least none that I know of.
Looks like it may just be a conversation, not going to be a pitching change. We were told that Hott would be used for about 40 pitches before this game got underway. He was initially scheduled to be the starter.
He's right about there, too.
Yeah.
Maybe even a little bit. He's probably pushing 50 now as I'm tallying up some of the numbers.
Actually,
it's the calculator going in Matt Miller's head right now.
How about closer to 62?
How about that?
Yeah. Because he's over 20 in this.
Well, then at this point, you're letting him go.
Yeah.
No point in taking him out right now. Still the lead in the ball game. If you were trying to keep him at 40, now he's over 60. You're letting him go throughout here.
Yeah, my apologies. It would be 52. I've added a 1 over top of the other in my head that I shouldn't have added there.
Ball 1 to Jack Reisenweber.
Conference over. Action underway. That walk, the first allowed, by the way, for Eli Hott in his 2+ innings of relief. Here's a fastball right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reisenweber looking to keep things going and looking for his first hit in this one. He bounced out to the third baseman, lined out into center, and last time up, grounded out to second. The runners with their leads at first and second. Pitch down low and outside. Now 2 balls and a strike. Matt Kearns at first, guarding the line and playing in behind the runner.
And if you're Eli Hodges, put it over the plate. Nobody's really torched you in this inning. It's been a couple of infield singles and an error. That's really been the difference in this one. Also a walk, but make him hit the baseball.
2-1 pitch, and there is a line drive base hit into right field. Coming in on it is Salser. He's got it firing through to the plate and throws a perfect strike. The runners will take just one base as Horowitz stops at third. Gilpin is at second. Reisenweber has his first hit of the night, a single to right to load him up.
And now Ryan Barger going to re-enter. Ryan Fry came in the sixth in a pinch hit role. Barger re-entering as he was the starter in the number 8 spot. He is a strikeout looking in the game. Also drew a walk in the second.
Just looking to put the ball in play, make something happen. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning, a 6-4 Romney lead. The Hornets trying to rally.
Winning run currently on first base.
First pitch of the at-bat popped foul. Back out of play for strike 1. A big situation, big opportunity for the Hornets. Trying to keep this one going, down by 2 runs. They rallied for the win on Tuesday. Can they rally again today? 0-1 pitch. That one a letter high, strike 2, and Barger thinking that one missed high. Turns in a little bit of frustration. Trip Tobin takes his hat off down in that third base coach's box.
He's got to be a little frustrated by the expanded strike zone late in this game.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Here it comes. Hot is ready, and a check swing, or did he go away? He went around. He did not foul it off, apparently. And we will have a throw from the catcher to the pitcher at the plate, and we get an out. And it's a forced play at the plate, and Trip Tobin is coming down and asking, was that not a foul ball? And now our plate umpire, Travis Habermail, will go to the base umpire, Buck Hoffmaster, who says it was a foul ball.
And I think had an awful lot of velocity and a little bit of a change of angle if it didn't hit the bat on the way through.
So it is a strike. The count holds at 0-2. It's a dead ball on the foul ball, so the runners go back. The force out at the plate nullified by that foul ball, and the bases remain loaded with 2 outs and another 0-2 pitch due. Hot is ready. And that 0-2 delivery, swing and a miss. He got him. Just reared back and put the fastball right by him. That strikeout, the third of the game in 3 innings for Hot, as he does the job and shuts the door despite the 2-run scoring in the Hornets' last at bat. Too little, too late, as the Hornets fall to Romney by a final score of 6-4. We take a 2-minute timeout and then return to recap the action with our post-game show. It's Hornby Hornets baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states. Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
It's Miller time on Talk Radio WRNR. A local look at local, regional, and national sports with Matt Miller and Matt Crawford.
And plenty that we can talk about coming out of the weekend, including the return of golf. Hold on. Oh, wait.
No, there was no golf claps.
There will be no golf claps.
None whatsoever.
Weekdays at 12 noon and 5 p.m. on TV 10.
Want to do it? Go through it. You're gonna like.
Yankee 682.
TV 10, proudly serving Berkeley and Jefferson counties of West Virginia. Your source for local news, talk, sports, and entertainment. Mario in the mornings from 6 to 8, followed by Eastern Panhandle Talk from 8 to 10. Miller Time Sports from 12 to 1, re-aired at 5 to 6. Check out Law Enforcement Live. Shop for your new home with Open House. Weekly county council meetings. Learn how to cook like a pro in the kitchen with Chef Walden. All the latest high school and college sports. TV 10.
Eastern Panhandle Talk with Rob Mario and David Welch.
Are you trying to create controversy more so than we already have?
Responding to the people.
I see. Okay.
That's what I do.
I think you're stirring it up.
I'm kind of a big deal. That's right. That would be the root cause of the stir.
I'm not paying that fine.
Just got doubled.
What? For?
Denial.
Why? Oh, denial.
Denial. How can you have the money? You have 17 jobs.
Yeah, but none of them pay well.
Weekdays at 8 a.m. on TV.
We welcome you back one final time on this Thursday evening to P.O. Faulkner Park. Along with Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. We've got Donald Kenny as our TV 10 and Talk Radio WRNR studio engineer and producer. John Alderton running our camera for this evening's broadcast. One that got away from the Hornets in the later innings. Matt, as we recap the scoring, the Hornets took the early 1-0 lead in the first inning. Romney plated a run in the third. The Hornets regained the lead with a run in the fifth inning in front 2-1. You wanted to see, okay, how's the pitching and defense going to finish this one out? Well, Romney put 2 on the board in the sixth inning and then added 3 in the top of the seventh, and those proved to be the difference. We talked about it. They were looking for some insurance, and they got just what they needed, enough insurance to hold on for the win.
And, man, has it been 2 straight games of runs not coming till late in ball games? Luckily, on Tuesday, it went the way of the Hornets, but it was really Romney. And, yeah, hats off to them. They have not had the easiest go of it trying to get on a practice field, even practicing on a Little League field or in a cornfield. And they came out tonight and really looked good, I thought. I thought they threw well. I thought they fielded well coming off of an 8-air game their last time out and getting the win 6-4. This is a very, very well-played ball game. Both sides had a pitcher that struggled to find the strike zone occasionally, but overall, one heck of a baseball game.
Yeah, very fun one to watch, and in the end, it was Romney who came out making more plays and taking advantage of opportunities that they were given as the Hornby Hornets used 5 pitchers, and those 5 pitchers combined to give up 2, 4, 6, 8 walks and 2 hit batters, and Romney took advantage of those 10 base runners.
Yeah, they did, and when you look at the hits, only 4. So you score 6 runs on 4 hits. You know something else had to happen, and that's what it was. It was 2 hit batters and the 8 free bases on top of those 2 hit batters with the walks. And not overly heavy on the strikeouts tonight, except for Trevor Sharp, who finished with 3 of those in one of his 2 innings. So when your strikeout to walk ratio is what it was, you need to make sure you're playing clean in the field. Only a couple of errors on each side, but overall, again, I thought it was a very well-played baseball game. Somebody had to win, somebody had to lose.
Matt Kearns, an RBI double in that 3-run 7th inning, and a 2 RBI single for Corey Ashby, helping Romney to the victory with those 3 big insurance runs in that 7th inning offensively for the Hornby Hornets. Another nice game for Mason Lance as he goes 2 for 4 with a double, a single, and a run batted in. Trey Sine had a couple of hits, reached on an error. He scored at 2 runs as well. Cullen Horowitz had a couple of runs batted in on a pair of singles, 1 an infield single. Tyler Gilpin had a double and drew a base on balls. Jack Reisenweber added a single in there as well.
And something you like to see if you go down the Hornets lineup, every starter got on base. Whether it was a walk or a hit, 1 through 9. The pinch hitter, Ryan Fry, in the 6th, did not get on. But starters, there was not a person 1 through 9 in that starting lineup that did not get on base, whether they drew a walk or got a hit. And that's the production you need 1 through 9 for this Hornets team.
All right, final totals will look like this for Romney. We've got 6 runs on 4 hits with 2 errors. They left 8-3 in scoring position. For the Hornets, 4 runs on 9 hits. They commit 2 errors. Strand 10 base runners and left 6 of those in scoring position. Hott gets the win in relief. Reeves takes the loss in relief. Time of the game, 2 hours and 26 minutes. The Hornets fall to 3-3. Romney is now 1-1. All right, next up for the Hornets, they're out of town all weekend long. On Saturday, it's 5 p.m. first pitch for a 9-inning game at Wakefield High School. Familiar with that at all in Arlington, Virginia?
I've played there, played some summer league games there, actually.
So there you go. That's where it will be. Arlington is the team, and the game site is Wakefield High School, and that will be on Saturday at 5. On Sunday, the team heads the opposite direction. They're going to Morgantown for a doubleheader against Morgantown from 1 o'clock the start time for Game 1, approximately 3 o'clock the start time for Game 2, and hopefully by 6 o'clock back on the road for the Eastern Panhandle. Then there'll be a day off on Monday, and we're back back here next Tuesday as the Blue Ridge Generals make a return trip to P.O. Faulkner.
And, hey, if you're going out to Morgantown and traveling out there, stop at the truck stop at Kaiser's Ridge.
Yeah.
I highly recommend it. Chicken fried steak is fantastic. That is a staple when we make our at least once, twice, 3 times a year trip out to that neck of the woods following all the local teams. Got to stop at the, what's the name? What's the actual name of the restaurant?
The Ridge.
It's not the Ridge.
Oh, that's right.
It's a little diner.
Yeah.
Kaiser's Ridge truck stop.
I was going to say.
But good food, good price. If you're going out there, make sure you stop there, and we highly recommend that. But good luck to the Hornets on the weekend trip, and we will be bringing you the action again next Tuesday, and looking forward to it.
We can't have a broadcast without talking some kind of food.
Cannot.
No.
And again, big thanks to Fat Jack's. Matt and I are looking at our nachos right now for our late dinner tonight.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Well, thanks to each of you for joining us for our broadcast tonight. Thank you to Donald Kenny back at the studio, our producer and engineer. Thanks to John Alderton running our TV 10 camera. For Matt Crawford, I'm Matt Miller. We remind you our final here in this one. It is Romney 6 and your Hornby Hornets 4. Until next Tuesday, so long, everyone.
You've been listening to Hornby Hornets Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. All rights reserved. We now return to regular programming.